Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Edge of Legend, coming to you live from Nat 20 Productions. Very quickly, first things first, we want to make a quick announcement. Two of our faces have decided they are going to be vacating the show for the foreseeable future. While this is very sad, we wish them the best of luck. We understand that life takes us in many directions in quarantine. So don't worry, though. We're going to be having a great time. And who knows, maybe in a few episodes, we'll see some new friendly faces and whole new adventures together. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, colors and creeds. So look out for who's going to be coming around the bend next. That being said, let's do a quick introduction for those of you that recognize our lovely friends and adventurers here. Let's get things started. Mr. Michael Powell, please introduce yourself and tell us.
Hello. I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, investigator, and dance instructor. My pronouns are he, him, they, and them.
Very nice. So those are the things we're all going to learn in this little roundabout. Ian, please tell us those same things.
My name's Ian. I play Woodward and roll for Mush. I'm the druid. That's the thing I do. And pronouns, he, him, they, them.
All right. Sidney, hit us with the same thing.
Hi, my name's Sidney, and I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her. And honestly, I forget that you're a dance instructor, Rufa, so I'm going to need some dance lessons in one of these upcoming episodes. I'm going to need one.
We're going to do that. That's going to happen. All right, Kylie.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I really hope you can hear me because I've been having problems, but that's okay. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger. We go by she, her, and yeah.
All right. I am PJ. I will be the GM for this homebrew campaign at Pathfinder 2nd Edition. My pronouns are he, him, but I'll be playing everyone else in between. So sit back, relax, let's have some chaos, shall we?
Woo!
And that being said, we're going to start things off where last time we had, if you haven't seen the recap, after an amazing series of bombs and explosions within the headquarters, the makeshift headquarters in the quarry of Cobbledale, our heroes were able to finally negotiate with Xanakin, Champion Xanakin, one of the enemies that they have been facing in this horrendous battle that orcs have been unleashing upon them. And of course, their plans for world domination. After some talking with Xanakin, they kind of found out that Xanakin was reprogramming the super orcs, and when they let him go, he ran away. He shouted the activation phrase, and their big puppies got really mad, and they had to fight and run. Some people almost died. But long story short, after some quick thinking and quick running, they ended up back at a safe place and right outside the gates of Adelfon in the capital city, Adelfon Prime. And that's where we begin after a nice long rest and early morning wake up outside the gates of the capital city of the Empire of Adelfon with a dire message, but also a brand new city to explore and opportunities therein. So we're going to start with some, I guess you could say, morning time actions. As the sun rises, you can see both of the orcs that have been buried up to their shoulders in dirt are staring off into space, pacified, calm. You see Morel having a very uneasy morning prayer with these two colossi in the dirt as he prays to the morning sun. He kind of takes some awkward moments between his notes to make sure the beasts won't be breaking out of the earth. Zashmaru is spending his morning ritual as he always does, which is gathering a bunch of water for a bath, rubbing it on his armpits, and drinking the rest. He's a dirty boy who likes staying dirty. What are you all doing with your morning?
Personally, I want to address Morel because of the weird interaction he had with the guards last episode.
Sure.
I just check up on him and see if he's okay.
Well, he's finishing up his prayer. He is starting to put on his armor as you approach him, and as he's kind of getting the strap for the it's not quite a cuirass, but as he's strapping on, he looks at you. Oh, good morning, Alona. Pleasure to see you as the sun rises.
Good morning. I wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened last night, and I'm. Are you going to be okay when we go into the capital?
Morel he takes a minute, and you could see the recognition in his eyes as he pieces out the exact moment you're speaking of. As he goes, "Oh yeah, that. The way I look at it is this: I'm going to be hated no matter where I go, so I best prepare for that. And the best thing I could do is try to be the bigger man, the better example. So, whether I want to or not, whether I like the idea of how I shall probably be received, I have to go in there."
Well, in any case, I just wanted to let you know that we're a team, and we have your back, even if we don't really know that much about each other yet.
He chuckles. "I apologize for the secrecy. Things are hard sometimes. You know, you want to say things, but then they become real, I suppose. And I go blabbering on again. I'm a big man. You know, I'll take what I can, and I'll go in there with a chin held high, chest forward, you know, good man leading the way like I always do."
All right. But just in case it does become too much, I'm always here.
Hey, listen. He kind of gets really close and he starts talking in a whisper, and he says, "No matter what they say about me or my people, the only thing I ask of you is to judge me for what you know of me."
I can do that.
Good. Oh, I almost forgot. Excuse me. It's the beard time. I have to go do my morning beard routine. I'm so sorry. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'll see you around breakfast.
Yeah, go have fun. Bond with Rufa again. All good.
Yeah. And he awkwardly walks over to his pile, and he kind of like does a over the shoulder look and wave as he gets out his oils and starts grooming his beard and tweaking the stash and making sure it all looks very luxurious and disciplined. Just like that. Yeah, that is not at all how it looks, but that's a beautiful beard.
Thank you.
Yes. I think you have a dwarven beard is what you have.
Yeah, leave the rat tail at the bottom.
Yeah. There you go.
Exactly what it is. Thank you.
I love it.
Your
All
beard
right.
is so mighty, it's blocking out your microphone.
It's the kind of beard that no sound can escape from.
You gotta lay the microphone on top.
Oh, on top.
That's a trick.
I think this man knows.
Tonight.
Oh yeah. That being said, does anyone else have any morning actions they want to do? Rufa, do you have any morning actions you wish to do?
Actually, yes. Rufa, when he wakes up, he's going to do his morning yoga routines, and then grooming, and then he's going to try to get some of the Ulfgard and the dogs to start preparing that mess hall style breakfast, which today would be biscuits, a little bit of gravy, and some salt pork.
Ooh, nice. Sturdy meal. It's going to last a while in your gut.
Stick to your guts. Stick to your ribs.
Oh, yeah. Ulfgard hears it, and you hear this one Ulfgard guy going, I have a sodium issue. I'm not supposed to have a high salt intake. It's bad for your, digestive system. I don't do that. And then you hear a bunch of the Brotherhood of Dogs go, "Shut up. It's food. What's wrong with you?" And they start
Rufo also
rushing.
make sure there's kind of some foraged berries to go with the biscuits then for those who can't take the sodium.
Vegan options.
Yeah, vegan options.
There's definitely that one Ulfgard who's vegan. Is like, "Listen, is this organic? I only eat the purest foods." By the way, that's my horrible impression of the people from Norseman. If you like that show, go check it out. I'm doing a terrible job of impersonating them. So you make amazing breakfast. Anything else you wish to do? Any NPC you wish to talk to?
No, he's going to just prepare breakfast and just going to wait for the rest of the group to get ready to go in the city.
Zashmaru is going to kind of hover over you as you cook, as you make the food. He's not saying anything. He's just kind of sniffing and going, yeah.
Rufus can whisper back. The secret's in we use lard. That's the secret to the biscuits. Lard.
Huh. I don't eat lard, but I like where your head's at. Yeah.
Special lard from a saint called Saint Crisco.
It's a lesser known saint, a lesser known cooking cult. No one worships Saint Crisco, but everyone secretly is jealous. Ian, what do you have any morning things you wish to do?
I should have put more thought into it when everyone else was talking about what they were doing. But I think Woodward probably walks back into camp from a stroll. If anyone were to see him, he looks happier than ever. In the fact that he spent as far away from the giant walls of the city as he could that night. The sounds of everybody else around him probably kept him up. So I think he wanders back into town, Mush close in tow, and gets in the grub line. I don't think he's going to pass that up.
Hey, food is food. I like that.
I think he also agrees with the guy who only eats organic food, considering exactly what Woodward does out in the forest.
You have now made a friend. He wants to talk about amazing organic recipes. He wants to talk about like raising your livestock as family and then food. Like he's got a whole bunch of revolutionary ideas for how the food being raised is going to affect its health on your body.
Well, my recipes are super easy. You got to get what you get when the getting's good. So when you walk past the bush with berries, you take some of those. And then when you walk past some bushes with leafy greens, you take some of those. And see, I kind of put stuff together depending on what I find. I'm not really big into the farming type, but I do have to agree. You should respect what you take from the wilderness. And if that means, you got to say a few words over a deer or something that had to go, unfortunately, for your own sustenance, then so be it. I think you're in the right.
He's just saying like it's like your ideas are so like they're new ideas. You need to be writing them down and giving them out in pamphlets. I'll be your first person to send out pamphlets for you.
Well, it's not new. We're just druids and no one listens. Well, that's partially our fault because we're not near people. So I guess that's, I'm starting to see the fatal flaws in our system of trying to spread the word when we're not near the. Maybe I have to rethink this cities. You know what? I'm going to take my dinner or breakfast and I'm going to sit down and ponder this for a moment.
This big burly barrel-chested Viking just kind of looks at you and he says, that's your problem right there. You have a bad PR presence. There are people that need to hear and the social word of mouth is not getting to them. I have a 5-plan solution to solve your public relation problem. We have to build a relation with the public.
Yeah, that's step one. I definitely got to get used to people, I guess. That's a hard step, but you got to start somewhere.
Hey guys, will you guys say that idea is a new age idea?
Bill.
Roast him.
Put him on the spit and turn. Shionibus, you're up next. What is your morning routine like? We have breakfast going. We have those of the faith doing their morning routines, praying, stretching, whatever. What are you doing?
Let's go on a little scout, like half a mile along like the wall of the city.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular or what?
She'll forage a little like as she's going, but it's mainly to kind of just like keep an eye out for those guards. that came out around last night that she's not very fond of currently.
Okay. Really fast, Michael. What's up?
I was gonna say when Rufus sees Chonibus go off, he yells out, "If you find any eggs, let us know. I could do a good poach or an omelet."
Under her breath, she's like, "Eggs out in the wilderness? Are you kidding me?"
Like 7 out of 10, they're babies. Okay, so
they come in nests. You gotta look in the trees. It's not that crazy. They're kind of it's how birds make other birds.
Okay, I'll look for eggs. God,
that was a good that was good, Rufa. I think eggs would be nice.
All right.
I got a nice hot sauce.
Oh, like she's just gonna find hot sauce. All right, so
casually.
Jonabus, are you looking for them specifically, or is there anything else you're doing while you're walking around?
We'll just look for them specifically.
Okay. Give me a perception check and a survival check. Give me the numbers for each.
Let me grab another dice.
Sure.
Well, it was perception and what?
Survival.
Well, survival is 7.
Okay.
Perception is 21.
Okay, so bad news, guys. She doesn't get any eggs, but as you're walking around, once you kind of go off this path that you've been camping on, which is what you kind of understand is a road. Once you go off the road, you see placed about it's a pretty good distance apart, maybe like 150 feet, maybe 200 feet, like in increments of that. And also at the very top of the wall in between, you see a unit of guard, big gap, unit of guard, and up high, you see the wall guard. And they are everywhere. They are in formation. They may be like fooling around and talking and sitting down and relaxing, but they're armed. They have weapons nearby, and they seem very familiar with themselves. The minute you come walking by, all of the guards just kind of slowly quiet what they're saying. Like, you can hear them like, and then I told her, I said, if you like that, then you should see me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. And they say nothing as you continue your walk. And almost every unit's the same thing. Sometimes you get like one jovial guard who's like, "Oh, good morning. Pleasure to see you out here. Are you okay?"
Yeah, just walking. It's a lovely day.
Oh, yes, the gods gave us a great one, they did. Oh, look at the sky. Oh, and you smell that breeze. And they get slapped in the back and like, "Oi." Sorry. Ta-ta.
I don't like this at all. All right, she'll just turn back around and head back towards camp.
Okay. You return to camp, have enough time to get a quick meal, and with that, breakfast is done. I'm assuming Kylie Shonibus is letting everyone know about the different guard stations she kind of interacted with.
Yeah, like a brief summary.
Okay.
What happened?
So when the food is done, there's kind of this awkward middle ground. There's an awkward pause. Morel's all set up and he's suited and ready to go. You guys are all suited, ready to go. And then there's this awkward moment where Ulfgard, Brotherhood of Dogs, and Zashmaru is like, "Are we going in there?" That's kind of the general vibe you're getting is like, now what?
Great question. I literally was just thinking of that. Do we want to take like 2 gigantic armies in with us?
Absolutely, it's a city.
It's a city.
Do we know how these 2 armies are structured? Like the officers of either one of them, like who's in charge of the armies?
You can tell just by how they've been interacting with Shionibus and the rest of you guys. Both of these mercenary units operate on a seniority. Not so much a chain of command, but a seniority. So, for example, Shionibus, she's the top cat when Laerian's not around. So Ulfgard will always listen to her when she shows up. If she's not there and someone else can kind of throw in, like, "I'm your leader," they'll go, He's our leader. Cool. As long as we're making money and not dying, we're set. The Brotherhood of Dogs only responds to number one brother, and that is, of course, Zashmaru.
Okay.
That's kind of the structure you get.
Could Rufa kind of call a meeting with the heads of each army and our group together?
Well, you can. There's a few things. Yes, Shionibus is acting leader when Larian's not around. However, Larian's still not around, and he does kind of outrank Shionibus.
Okay. So he's still in the river, right? He's still down by the river.
Last you ditched him, he was in the river. You haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
I gotta hope he has his own free will at this point, that he can get up out of the water. Like, I hope he's doing better. I really do. We should probably check in on that.
We should. My immediate thought is what Rufa is literally doing, calling Shionibus and then whoever would be one representative, perhaps the one that's really passionate about eating clean, and Zashmaru over, and I would suggest
the officers meeting, right?
Yeah, I would suggest having the Ulfgard company go and collect Larian and then head back to Cobbledale so Larian can actually bathe in salt water. And maybe we can also let Cobbledale know what's happened, like actually like fill them in, because we've been gone for a hot minute.
At least 5 days.
Yeah, is there a possibility that them seeing Larian Voss and the condition he's in be detrimental to his leadership?
Hard to say.
Like, that's I'm scared of us losing the guy that actually listens to us.
How long is from where we are to Cobbletale?
Let me get my map here.
This map.
I love how great. I really should have been a cartographer. Look at my good skills, everyone.
Yeah.
For those of you at home who are DMs or GMs or whatever, running whatever games you are, you know my pain when they're like, give us a map, and you're like, sure. There you go. Take it or don't, I don't care. So let's see here. It's approximately about a 3.5 day walk from where you are up there. To Larian, it would be about a day and a half, almost 2 days, depending on how fast they move. If they stay on the road as opposed to going in the wilderness, they can get there faster.
That. I thought Larian was faster than the rest of us for a second. I was like, wait, how can he cover that in a day and a half? What makes him so special?
Well,
he runs on pure plot.
Yeah.
I think Rufa would probably end up suggesting that a group of the Ulfgard would go gather Voss to take him back to Cobbledale so he can heal up, while the rest of the army would probably maybe camp out somewhere nearby while select, I guess we call them officers, come with us into the army. So it doesn't look like it's a show of force.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. And I also think we should leave most of the dogs outside of the city.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is who we have left are not the regimented force.
But would any of the dogs have contacts in the city?
I'm sure if they did, Zashmaru would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
He would be the only one we're taking.
Maybe Zashmaru and 2 or 3 of his guys come with us. So if we need information in the city, if they have contacts, we could use.
Woodward's one of his guys now.
That's right. Woodward is
one of his guys.
He's the Hooch brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I think just having Zashmaru, probably. So we limit, I feel like we want to. So we try not to come off as an invading party as much as possible. I think if we pare it down to the 4 of us, Zashmaru and Morel, I think that probably would be the best course of action. So we can keep it like concise.
I was thinking
also
one more, so we could have that one guy be our runner. He could be
runner?
He could go back and forth between the army outside and us inside to keep a line of communication open. Basically, telephone. It's like a human telephone.
Yeah. I also think that we need to make sure that the gates are open enough for any of the Brotherhood of Dogs or the Wolfguard Company if they need to resupply at all.
Okay. So really fast, making sure I got this. So you four, Morel and Zoshmaru, are going to be going inside the city. You're going to have a runner / emissary doing communication between the party inside the town and whatever units are outside the town. And for the Brotherhood of the Dogs and Ulfgard Company, you're going to keep them stationed outside the city? Or are you going to disperse them? Where are you putting them?
We are going to keep them outside the city. We are going to send a small party of Ulfgard Company to Voss so we can get him out of the lake.
Okay.
And back to Cobbledale, and they are tasked with informing Cobbledale of what has happened.
Now,
They
that's
can
what we want to
They
do.
can carry the elven papoose.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. But Shionibus is the one who gets to tell them their instructions. And her instructions have always differed a little bit than what we had planned at any given time. So I'm excited to see what she has to say about this.
Hey, good
I don't
leadership
know what
is
you're talking about.
Hey, good leadership is just creative rethinking of solutions. That's all. Okay, so do you guys still want to have the meeting of the officers, or are you just going to move on with this being the plan?
I would say maybe have a meeting, just see if any officers has any ideas of their own.
Okay, so those mentioned with names, and of course everyone present here rallies together and has a meeting. Zashimaru is kind of scratching the spot in the back of his neck, and you can see he's just really working on it. Morel is just like looking very stoic, but then kind of does like a really weird, a panicked look over at Zashimaru, and then takes like a half step away. Gives him a nice like thumbs up. Who do you want to talk to first?
Could I thought you talked to Zoshmaru first.
Hey, boss.
Hello, Zoshmaru. Just wondering, from the few battles that has taken place so far, have we salvaged any equipment or anything other such that we could use as to sell for currency and or trade for our supplies?
Heck no. We've been walking up and down this place at your guys' request for almost 3 days, so no, we've not found anything. That it, Chief?
Yes. But we are wondering if you would be interested in coming with us into the city. Perhaps you have some contacts within the city we could make use of, and supplies.
I like cities. Plenty of overhangs to sleep under, plenty of garbage to take a nap in. I'll tell you what, I don't have any contacts here, but I have a contact everywhere, i.e. the less fortunate. So if you give me a few minutes, I'll see what I can find when I get in town.
Good man. And that's Rufa's done with that.
All right. Shionibus, what do you tell Ulfgard?
Do we all speak a common language that's not common?
You speak the tongue of the North. So you speak common, you speak an accent that is only in one, granted, major chunk of the continent, but only people there speak it. You speak Elven, they don't speak Elven, Larian does. So if you're speaking in that language to them, you can probably give them sort of a rudimentary conversational, for lack of a better word, Scandinavian. They responded a bit more fluid and practiced Scandinavian, for lack of a better word, back.
Then just in common, she's going to go over the plan with them and tell them to find Larian. She's going to draw a little map. I'm not going to draw a map because clearly I can't beat PJ's map skills.
It's too good. You can't. I'm the best.
It's too good.
Not. It's okay.
You're just too good. So she's going to draw a map of where they left Larian and then tell them to go to Cobbledale and let them know the whole shebang, the plan, all that jazz.
Okay. They take your map. They look at it. They start having that little. They're talking in a language that is the one I mentioned earlier, the tongue of the Norse and the North, and they're like, they're pointing at it and they're saying, basically what you hear is it's like, no, she meant this word. Oh, because she spelled it wrong. I mean, do you want to tell her that? No, because she'll kill me, but I'll tell you because you won't. She spelled it wrong. And he's like, I might as well let her know because you're being a jerk. Okay. But we know where we're going. Yeah, just get your
Does she
things.
pick up on a little bit of this?
Give me a perception to incite how they're handling this.
Nat 20,
I wish that was for Ed.
which makes it a 27.
Shut up.
First nat 20 of the evening is letting know when people are talking smack about you. So yeah, you're sitting there and you can just immediately know they're talking smack about your writing and your attempt at writing in their language. They're talking smack about you behind your back.
I'm right here.
They look up from the writing. Yes, you are. Hello.
Do you want to lose an eye today? That's where I'm at currently.
You know, if you want to make those threats, Bjorn over there has already lost one eye and he would love to retire. I'm sure he'd love to lose the other and go home to his wife and kids.
Go, get out of my sight. I'm not dealing with this today. Not today.
They,
Yeah.
yeah.
One second before you go. I just want everyone's noggin on this little one. So, those guards came out and they gave us kind of a look down, right? Looked at everything that we were doing out here and then kind of signed off on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So, does it bother anyone else that they had more problems with morale than they did with the 2 orcs we have in a pit that were never brought up?
Yeah.
I feel like we should
It's a bit
we should
concerning.
think about that when we're in the city, just a little bit.
Well, I know that I discussed with the commanding officer, one of the Senate members that's still in the city we should maybe perhaps make contact with is what was the PJ, the Queen of the
Ice
Winter?
Queen.
Ice
Ice
Queen.
Queen.
Ice Queen.
Now that you say it, I remember.
So yeah, Morel just kind of looks pensive, I guess is the best way to say it. Says nothing. Was there anything else you guys wanted to roll before going in, making any checks or anything else?
I've got one question.
For sure.
Are we just leaving all the dogs surrounding the 2 orcs we have buried shoulder deep in dirt?
So far, the only order the dogs have ascertained is to let Zashmaru go inside and use the homeless people network for information gathering.
Rufo would probably suggest if it looks like those orcs are gonna break out, stab them through the brain.
Who are you telling that to?
To the people, we'll put guards around the super orcs.
All right, so
Or
Zash,
if they break out, make sure you call down the guards that we met last night. Nobody really liked them.
Honestly, I would suggest this.
Yes.
It'd be safer we just kill them because they could actually wreck so much. Cause so much damage.
They could, but they won't get out because we trapped them in so much debris.
Just in case. Just in case.
All right.
Safeguard.
So, plan. We're having a few members of the dogs or the Ulfgard company. They can switch off, however they want to delegate that, to watch over the orcs. We're having the main party of the Ulfgard company and the dogs stay in the camp in case we need to go into combat for any reason. We're sending a small party to get Larian so we can take him back to Cobbledale to get his stuff. And we're going in with Zashmaru, Morel, Rufa, Shionibus, Woodward, and Alona, and one runner to run back and forth to give information between parties. Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Let's go.
nice. I'm making notes as we speak about this. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, PJ, because I know we in previous games we talked about saying that we are basically looting whatever corpses that we left in our wake. Have we gotten any of that loot? Do we have any? What is it? What entails with that loot?
Well,
I'll say this: if you want to loot corpses, let me know because that's good information to have. From a lot of the orcs and goblins and hobgoblins that you have fought at this point, a a lot of the things you have found has been the shields of the hobgoblins, the swords of the hobgoblins, the knuckle daggers of the orcs, and the goblins sometimes don't even have weapons, so they don't really carry anything much. However, though, you are limited by how much bulk you can carry. And since weapons do have and shields do have a certain number of bulk, eventually, if you do want to rob all these dead people, you're going to run out of capacity.
Well, from now on, can we kindly say that we are going to loot whatever small items, but if we have any of the Ulfgard or dogs around us, we're going to use them as pack mules.
I mean, they may not agree to that unless you're paying them, which, by the way...
we are going to pay them with that loot.
Oh, okay. They'll be okay with that. But I will say that Zashmaru does mention that if his boys are doing any guarding or if he's doing anything besides Homeless Network in the city, that requires a new negotiation. He wants more money.
Okay.
Oh, man. We don't have any money. Do we have money?
No, I'm saying like with the loot that we get, we're going to sell it for scrap or something.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying aside from that,
okay.
Dashmaru is saying if you're going to make him do guard work or his boys do guard work or have him do something besides Homeless Network, then that's going to be a new bag of cash.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Do we have anything to pay them with besides love and affection?
Hooch.
We'll pay them in exposure.
Oh, I hate. Why would you say that?
Screams. So many screams. Did you say pay them in hooch?
Yeah, I got hooch.
Ian?
Yeah. Hooch.
How much? Do you have enough hooch to feed an army?
I mean, you got to give me a bit, but I'm sure I could run something up.
So
Ian's
then
like, I got this.
Let's go find potatoes.
Yeah, I'll fake something.
So we need also in the city, one of our quests is to find a large amount of produce so Ian can work Woodward can work his crazy druid magic and make so much alcohol to keep the dogs happy.
Is it too late for you? What's that?
I think it's a worthwhile plan, but I do have to say, this is the forest, which means there's something dead and rotting already, which is halfway to hooch. Mm-hmm. So we just gotta stick it into something that'll, capture that good part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you already taken skill proficiency craft hooch?
Not yet.
Level 2. That's level 2.
Crafting hooch.
All right. So that being said, we got everything figured out. We have Ulfgard Company as a small unit going off to get Larry and Voss and to take him to Cobbledale so they can dunk him in the sea and do better. Zashmaru is coming in to do Homeless Network with you. And some of the BOD and Ulfgard are guarding the Super Orcs. However, the Brotherhood of Dogs, at the request of Zashmaru, they're going to be doing half work because they're not getting paid for a full job. So they're just kind of basically stuffs on the ground. They're sleeping by the orcs.
I'm pretty sure they would fight those orcs if they broke loose if the orcs are going to kill them.
Or run away.
I was going to
run away.
I'm just saying, stab them in the brain. Just in case, stab them in the brain. It works with zombies.
Don't hurt my child.
That's right. She's probably a mother. Don't do that.
All right, how about the other one? Your least favorite one.
Yeah, we did establish that.
Go nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Leontari is mommy's favorite. Lova is I'm disappointed in you, Lova. Not a fan.
You're adopted.
I mean, technically they both are, but
Lova's Meg. Lova's a Meg.
Okay. Shut up, Lova. All right. That being said, focusing out, we go into Adelfon Prime. There are no gates. There's just kind of a presence of guards kind of doing patrols. When you walk in, there's always an awkward moment of them sizing you up, kind of getting a distance. But once you enter the city, they kind of start to lose interest and scatter back to their patrols. You are now into Adelfon Prime in the Empire of Adelfon. The scene you see before you is a glorious city, a capital city. It stretches on for miles. You can call it the alabaster and marble horizon because as you look at the sky, you can see the landscape fade into the architecture and the stones, these rich, beautiful chunks of this marble that is literally the street of Adelfon Primus. You see these gorgeous buildings made out of wood and stone, reinforced by even strong and precious metals, being built and erected, some 3, some 10, some 20 stories tall. A lot of the buildings are designed as a combination of open-air coliseums, open-air columns and plinths, with also some reinforced wood and old sort of European structures. There are statues everywhere pointing directions, and on these statues are almost like a map of the city that you're in, as one saint or god or dead senator is pointing you in the direction of another part of the city. People are a bustle with talk. There's always something buzzing around, and you're hearing many different variations of common in this city being spoken. You see people wearing weapons proudly, wearing armor proudly, and some reading books very proudly in the middle of the city streets. The guard, meanwhile, seems kind of not tense, but I guess you could say emotionally exhausted. Something is kind of frustrating them, and they just have had the longest week. The air in this city, it's not as clean and fresh and invigorating as Cobbledale was. However, the air in this city reeks of the stone it's made out of. So you smell this kind of salty, kind of cold air that's being trapped in this just mega city. And you can see from where you're standing right now, high up in the sky on this giant mountain paved in these massive marble steps, this amazing building, gigantic, and these massive columns in the front and this very reinforced structure of stone and wood in the back of it. And it's barren. It's the only place in the city where there is no life, is this massive building on the hill. Everything else is very flat, wide open, and clearly designed to be traversed by people, carts, horses, and industry. So the question is, where do you go?
Really quick, can Rufa get like maybe the general vibe of the city? Like, is it just the guards who are on edge, or what about the citizens?
You can easily tell the citizens are having a great time.
Oh.
They are laughing, talking. Some are even drunk, and it's like 9 a.m. Like, they are doing good.
So kind of like day after Mardi Gras?
Maybe like day 2 of Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, okay.
Not quite like deep in it, but like, it started.
Okay. Could I also, do you mind if I roll a recall knowledge check with my underworld lore about the underworld of the city, if I know anything about it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
$22.
Adelfon Prime, much like any other major capital, much like every other empire, has a myriad of underground networks. There are black markets. There are mercenary guilds, assassin guilds. That there is anything that this city wouldn't want to sell or do is still being done. However, that Adelfon is very, very, very big on purging corruption. So there's probably a lot of resources constantly actively engaging against this underground. And because of that, you can probably safely assume the underground here is incredibly paranoid.
I would, if it would be possible, I would like to talk to Zashmaru and to use my streetwise feat.
He just comes at you. Yeah, boss, what's up?
Well, basically, I need to I'm going to use my society modifier instead of my diplomacy modifier to gather information. Basically, talk with Zachmaru to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A list of who's that we should know, and also both underground and also people that we should know who are like part of the Senate.
Zashmaru looks at you and he says, Boss, I literally just got here. I haven't done anything yet.
No,
you got to give me time.
No, I'm saying like we're making a plan to talk to those type of people to start our networks thing.
He says, all right, I cannot guarantee what I'm going to learn from these guys. Give me an hour, maybe 2 hours. I'll see what I can find and let you know. In the meanwhile, if you want to find out who's the senators in town, and he kind of like lazily looks and sees this giant statue of this super important looking human, and he's like, start there, maybe. Just humans, we like to make statues of ourselves when we think we're important.
Rufa is going to give Zachmu a few coins to, grease some palms.
He looks at it, he goes, thanks. I appreciate it. And he tucks it into his stinky tunic and he goes, I would have done it for free. And he runs off.
Well, no. It was basically to pay to other people.
Yeah, he's keeping it. He's totally keeping it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no way. They hasn't understood.
Look, you gave a dog a ball. He doesn't know he has to share the ball with the other dogs. He's like, it's mine now.
Fair enough.
But make sure to mark those coins off your list of money if you have any left. All right. So the statue that he's pointing at currently has engraved on it this beautiful, meticulous engraving of the city and a bunch of lists of names and sounds like I hate to say this because I don't want to cheapen this, but imagine if under the Statue of Liberty was a big "You Are Here" map.
Great. Very helpful.
It's not as big as the Statue of Liberty, right?
No, I mean it's big. It's not Statue of Liberty big, but it's big.
Okay.
Great.
So
why
Statue of George.
1 second, Michael. What was that, Sidney?
I think we should take a look at the map because we have no idea where we're going.
All right. Do you look at the map?
Yes.
Yep.
Found the map.
Right.
Found the map. Found the map. Found the map.
Let's look. Let's do Blue's Clues it.
So, you see a few things of interest in this city. Of course, there's housing districts, there's working districts. There are shops you can go to, a bazaar, some weaponsmiths, some things like that. You do see a few things of interest. You see a list of taverns in the city. You see a list of churches in the city. You also happen to see these little markers periodically spread out called the bounty board in the city. You also have listed the Senate. And as you're checking everything out on the map, you realize the Senate is that giant, empty, vacated building up on the hill I mentioned previously.
Is there any nearby us? Is there any bun stalls?
That is a very good question. Are there any bun stalls? Unfortunately, where you are, there's no bun stalls here. However, there is a number of districts, like the shopping and bazaar district, where maybe there could be some buns.
Okay. Rufa's going to look to the group and go, it's never good to work on an empty stomach. Let us perhaps find some substance. Perhaps they have some local delicacies. Perhaps some buns. When he says buns, he looks over at Woodward.
I think Woodward, he's seen the map and he's seen the city, because I don't know if this map is showing a fraction or the entire thing of the city, but doesn't matter the scale. I think he's looking at it, and then you just see him before you say it. When you finally get eyes on Woodward, he's leaning over with his hands on his knees, just. It's real big. There's too much going on here.
Rufa's gonna pat Woodward's shoulder. There. Take deep breath. In with the good air, out with the bad.
There's no good air here. There's definitely no good air here.
In with the moderately good air, out with the bad air. In with the moderately good air, out with the bad air.
Okay. Now, why are the buildings so big? Like, why? There can't be that many people. There's no reason for stories. One's just fine. You can get everything you can on the ground. It's not.
Consider them as tree houses where many people live in.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't build tree houses.
Yeah, tree houses are just fine, but that's because they're trees.
It's because they're trees.
Okay. Food. We'll focus on food. If we can get something
Let's
to
find
eat.
some buns.
Yeah,
Some
buns would be great. Mush wants buns. He's real nervous right now. And Woodward's just kind of going through this monologue, trying to breathe, like he's not looking at the map any longer.
I want to give you a hero point for really feeling the fear of cities. So add an extra hero point to your list of hero
Mark
points.
that down. Thank you so much.
It's called
pleasure.
anxiety.
Y'all.
Technically, also in chat, they used to be trees.
Some used to be stoned. Okay, so there are 4 taverns within Adelfon that you can find. They're kind of spattered all over. They go by these names. There's the Everly Grace Tavern. There's the Adelfon Public House number 1. There's the Popine and the Deversorium. So those 4. I'll read them again for you. The Everly Grace Tavern, the Adelfon Public House number 1, the Popine, and the Deversorium.
Let's go to the Everly Grace Tavern because that one sounds nice.
Love it.
And-
Yes.
But is it
Nice.
like, how up class are these taverns?
You don't know.
Are
That
they
one sounds
Grace
respectable.
sounds real upscale, and I don't know.
Everly Grace?
Are they all in the same direction?
They're all over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rufo was going to suggest, as we're going to wherever, let's just keep an eye open for the most popular food/bun stall.
Okay. So you guys, for just making sure, Everly Grace Tavern, that's where we're going, the Everly Grace Tavern.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one sounds nice.
Sure.
Question before we leave real fast, though.
Yes.
Does Shionibus recognize anyone on the bounty board?
You're not looking at the bounty board yet. You're looking at the statue where the
Okay.
bounty boards are listed. But when you do find the bounty board, I'll let you know.
Sweet.
Rufus suggesting basically the idea for Rufus suggesting to go to whatever's a popular place is to gather information about which of the taverns is affordable in our budget.
How much money's in your budget?
Great question. I don't know if I have any, to be completely honest.
How much
with
money
you.
did we start off with?
That's a good question. I don't think any of you actually started off with money. We have a druid, we have a cloistered cleric, we have a ranger.
No,
I think
Woodward's
I would probably
cool.
be the one who had the most money, and I don't. Oh shoot!
We're
This
so
iteration.
Oh, no, I
the
feel like Shionibus had a fair
I'm
amount
pretty
of money.
sure. I'm
for
pretty.
jobs.
Yeah, Shionibus sleeps in stacks. She's just not letting anyone else know.
I mean, maybe she has it in her bank, but I don't think she has it on her. Unless your character
Yeah.
sheet says your money. I don't know how much money you guys have on your character sheets.
We didn't need money in the temple. We just gave each other stuff because we loved each other.
Ew, gross. Liked each other? Gross.
You filthy communists. I was kidding. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if we go to a food place where it's really popular, where the working class people are, we can get information about where. Basically, you find out what the locals like. You want to know what the locals eat, and the locals will know what's good and affordable.
Well, we can start all of that at the Everly Grace Tavern. So after some long walking and seeing a lot of the events of Adelfon's daily life, you come to this really nice 3-story tavern. It's got a really, was looking for a modest kind of brick structure with some stone reinforcing. You can see there's a sign hanging from the threshold of the door, the sign of the tavern itself, and the sign is kind of like as a silhouette relief in profile of a woman in like a sort of a rosy red, kind of rosy pink color. And once you go inside, you see this really spacious bottom floor. There is a kind of a back corner with a few lady bards performing. You see a few ladies walking around. The bartender is also a lady. And you even see this really well-dressed, very buff woman with short hair who's just mean mugging every dude in the place. There are a handful of guys, I should say, in the place. They are loud. They are constantly like poking and prodding the ladies as they walk by. And every time there's like a girl kind of woo, like in shock, you can see the female bouncer just like kind of get hackled a bit, like my eyes on you.
This was the best choice.
I like this choice.
So as you walk in, the lady behind the counter, who's got this beautiful kind of draped dress, like a kind of a almost like a Grecian kind of tunic dress, kind of like leans on her elbows, and she's she's got this beautiful kind of wavy hair pulled back into a ponytail, and this kind of other big front pulled back. So she's got this pull going, pulling it back, and she's kind of winks from across the bar, and she goes, "Good morning, or afternoon, or night if you're still up. How can I help you with Everly Grace Tavern? We got drinks, and we're just starting breakfast. We're a little late because the chef just woke up."
I think you see a hand just at the top of the bar, like slap over the top of the bar because you can't see the rest of woodwork. And it goes away, and there's like a leaf and like a few rocks. And you just hear, "Hooch, Hooch, is there outdoor seating?" And like slowly slides away from the bar.
So the woman looks perplexed and just kind of picks up the leaf, throws it away, and scoots the stones off the counter. And she goes, "Little man, we have a stool. If you need to climb up there, I like to look my patrons in the eye, and maybe we can talk about hooch and outdoor seating."
"I'll back up. There's too many floors already. I'm not getting any higher than where I'm at." And he just backs up slowly until she can see him. To be standing there with Mush.
She sees
exercises.
She sees you. A handful of ladies are kind of walking around in very, very nice clothes. Some carrying drinks, some just kind of walking around aimlessly. Some of them accidentally kind of have to step around you awkwardly, but they get to their place. And she looks at you and she goes, "Hey, little fella, aren't you cute? I like your friend here. So you wanna hooch? You want outdoor seating?"
Yeah. If that's possible, I'm not a fan of. I'm really not a fan of roofs or ceilings or windows. No, outside is fine. Thanks.
And she kind of laughs and she goes, "Well, I'll have to talk to the owner of this place, but I have a pretty strong feeling that we don't have outdoor seating."
Okay, how much is it for 2 of your finest hooches?
Depends. We want ale, you want liquor. Unfortunately, we don't have the good stuff. It's a little rough, but I think everyone here kind of likes it that way.
Liquor will be fine. Yeah, great.
Okay, great. I'll see. Because I like you, I just got something off of a shipment. Now, I'm sure the guy was blowing smoke up my skirt, but she pulls out this like big stone bottle, places it down, turns the label. You see these very interesting letters on it in this kind of skull with like very harsh square eyes, square features, a big sunburst behind its head. And she goes, "Poof, this stuff they make in Asmacon. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's strong and it'll take the clothes right off you. But because I like you, I'll give you the first shot for free."
Well, I don't wear that much already, so it shouldn't be all that different from now. I'll take it.
Okay. She has to kind of fight with the cork, and when she pulls this thing out, you can hear this deep thunk as it pops out of the stone and clay bottle. She gets a glass. She puts 2 out, pours 2, one for you, one for her, puts the cork back in, and immediately puts it away. She hands you this very clear liquid. It almost looks like water. But you smell the saccharine, sickening sweet notes on it the minute it gets near your lips. As you let it enter your mouth and roll down your throat, you feel this burn, not on your tongue, but on the back of your throat and in your stomach once it splashes and meets. The minute that burn hits, you can feel a warmth, fire through your body to your cheeks as that sweet saccharine flavor fills your mouth. It's so sweet, it's almost sickening and nauseating. Give me a fortitude save.
Yes.
You just had a shot of tequila at 9 in the morning.
Perfect. This is.
Please be a nat one.
No, I really wanted. Oh man, my fortitude save's higher than I wanted it to be. I got a 10.
Okay. So you take it. Everyone else sees this, but he doesn't. His face is suddenly like red on the cheeks and nose, pale here up, just red and pale. You don't see that, but you do feel your ears are burning hot and your lips are kind of numb.
Great.
Yeah.
I think Woodwort slides the glass back up on top of the bar, and you hear probably breaking through the silence, or not the silence, but the hustle and bustle of the bar is a okay. No, that was good. That may be okay with this particular building. This one. Thank you.
She is laughing hysterically as her cheeks are now a nice rosy red, and she's like, I like you. What is that noise you made? Let's hold on. One more shot, and we're going to make that noise again.
Oh.
Boonk. Pours another one. She hands you, give me a fortitude save at -2.
Great. Awesome. I got a 9.
No, you take it, and now it's weird. You don't feel the burn this time.
Yeah, it's fine.
At all. You don't even taste it at this point. It's just kind of like a thing your body's doing. And so you take it, and now you start feeling, for some reason, all of your head slides from the back to the front, and your feet vanish, but you're still standing. It's this really trippy experience. And she is kind of like one elbow propping her up, and she takes a shot, and she joins you in a very loud whoo.
Great.
We blow out the audio in all of our speakers.
Yeah, sir.
I'm just picturing like steam coming out of Woodward's ears now, like a tea kettle.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like those old cartoons, they take a drink and they turn into one of those like steam whistles.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think the best thing that happened for the party is that Woodward got smashed.
Yep.
At this point, I think his shoulders just kind of slump back, and he's just kind of taking in the place around him. He says, well, I haven't found that in the forest, so I guess there's one thing I do like about the city. What were we here for? And he's just kind of wobbling back and forth.
Cool. I will say that you are now under the effects of the clumsy condition. You take a status penalty equal to your clumsy value on dexterity-based checks and DCs. Your clumsy value is 1. If you keep drinking and failing these fortitude checks, it's going to go all the way up to 5. And at that point, you're unconscious. So you have a clumsy 1.
Okay.
That's -1 to dex-based checks, DCs, including AC, reflex saves, range attacks, and skill checks using decks such as acrobatics, stealth, and thievery.
Awesome.
Just a -1 for now.
Great. Yes. For now.
Michael.
Could Rufa help Woodward to a seat?
I'll say
can I
this.
just help him to a seat?
We can make that a choice when we get there, but for right now, anyone else want to say anything to this little lady? This woman, as she is also feeling 2 shots of tequila at 9 in the morning?
Oh,
Yes,
I will. I say, I don't have any money, but I have, I can give you a blessing. It worked last time.
She's kind of, you can see, she's doing this thing where she's looking at you, but like one eyeball is kind of overworking, and one eyeball's underworking. You know, that kind of drunk face you make when you're like, ew. So she's looking at you drunk, and she's like, don't worry about it. I think I have an alternative solution. And she leans and she shouts, hey, Tilly, we got a live one. This woman ascends this very ornate and beautiful staircase. Her dress and gown is immaculate, and she comes walking down with poise, age, confidence, power. She has this kind of womanly aspect about her that looks like she would tell a dragon to mind its business. And she comes walking down the stairs, and she looks at the bartender. The bartender points to you, and I'm guessing Shionabis doing this little gesture, and she's like, "Now what do we have here? Bunch of people coming into my establishment at the Everly Grace and can't pay none."
I gave her a rock.
That's
No, leaf. You gave her a leaf.
Yeah, leaf too.
She looks at you and she goes, "Well, unless they start printing money on leaves, unfortunately, that ain't going to work around here. But we do have, shall we say, solutions for when those that come here can't pay."
What's that?
She turns and with a smile, and she says, "Ladies, it's time." And she points to you two. Two of the girls run up and grab you by the hands and smile, and they pull you up to where the female bards are playing. And one of the girls grabs your hand, Sid, and she goes, "You're so cute. Oh my God, I love your ears." And she gives you a big fat kiss on your cheek. Kaylee, the other girl, starts doing this thing where she's like stroking her face with her hand. She goes, "You have such amazing..." I'm sorry. I should have asked first. I should have asked first. You're right. I'm sorry. And then the music starts playing and the men start clapping. And then the girls start to dance and sing a song. I need everyone to make a perception check really fast.
Alona, this is all your fault.
I didn't do anything.
Was it just gonna smile with a little secret smile?
Wow.
Did you say perception?
Perception, yes.
I got an 8.
23.
9.
Oh,
Oh no.
what do you got there, very drunk Woodward?
Woodward got a 15. I did check. Clumsy doesn't actually affect my eyesight, so apparently I'm keen-eyed. I just can't do anything about it.
Yep. So unfortunately, Woodward gets it and Rufa gets it. I think the ladies are so perplexed by all these other women in these really nice clothes just pulling them to the stage. But Rufa, and I think you know it's out of character too. Those very nice leggings of Lord of the Rings, by the way. Rufa, as you're looking around, you start noticing that the second and third stories are not being divided by a ceiling. They are being divided by many doors, banisters, and men and women coming in and out of these doors quite frequently. You realize that the Everly Grace Tavern is a brothel.
We chose the fancy one.
Hey. Alona, it's the one Alona chose.
Alona, actually,
Can't blame my roof.
She did.
Ilona, give me a religion check.
Okay.
This is sin. You're
Oh man. Oh man. I got a 9.
As you're there and you're probably confused by what's happening, and the girls are they're being very affectionate to you. They're so nice.
Wow, this is so nice.
They're saying you're so cute. Oh my God. You see above the bar, now that you're this far back, there's this giant holy symbol on the wall. The holy symbol seems to be kind of similar to the relief outside, but there's more kind of holy affectation to it. Still have a woman's profile relief.
Oh my God.
Question. Sidney and Kylie, are your characters, do they look distressed?
That's a very good question. I was actually about to ask that. So obviously, Kylie, you don't want them touching you, and Sidney, I'm sure your character is kind of slowly having the gears turn. So the question is, what do you women do in this situation? You are still in control of this moment. 1 second, Michael.
Well, Shionabis didn't buy anything. I wasn't planning on to because she doesn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just going to shoot a glare at Alona and just like daggers. Like, this is your fault.
I didn't. I'm just with no expression. I'll be like, no. Ilona is going to. One, she realizes, she doesn't completely understand, but she kind of gets the gist of like, yes, love God. Cool. Yeah, okay. And she doesn't want to be disrespectful. That's the main thing. But she doesn't know what she's doing at all. So she is in her hope for not being disrespectful is gonna do what they tell her to do the best that she can.
Okay.
I love that we're the complete opposites.
So the girls look at you and they go, don't worry, nothing is going to happen if you don't want to. We own this place. The men can't touch us. And if they do, we just have Glenda kick their ass. It's amazing. But if you want to, and hopefully pay off a bar tab if you want to, just sing and dance and have a great time. Let the music move. And if you want to drink, girl, you drink for free. I'll give you a quick run, give you some shots.
Rufa, dance instructor.
All right. Well, does your character look flustered?
She's scared.
All right. Rufa sees this. He smiles and chuckles a little bit. He pauses for a second, wondering, like, you know what? They dug themselves in this hole. Should just leave him to it? But he decides not to because that's the kind of guy Rufa is. Rufa steps forward. May I interject just a moment? I am Maestro Rufa of the Grand City Grazie. These are my disciples. We are traveling performers. And actually, if you wish, we could, for a small fee, perform for that bar tab. But I will say this, They are still beginners, so be easy on them.
Now, it should be said, again, everyone here has agency. You are in control of this. That being said, Kylie, Shionibus, do you want to dance? Do you not want to dance? The girls got your back. Glenda in the corner's got your back. Everyone here's on your side. What do you want to do? Are you going to dance or are you going to sit down?
Yeah, she'll dance. Why not? She's like...
Rufa winks at the party just to kind of... Just roll with it. Just go with it.
So we're going to have ourselves a fun, old-fashioned performance check as you dance and perform. Now, obviously, Rufa is going to be leading the way on this, but if you guys want to try and beat Rufa at the dance or something else, please go ahead and roll. And Woodward, you're also welcome to dance if you...
Oh, he's up there.
He's
done. Yeah. There's no question about it. He's 2 shots in. It's 9 a.m.
Hell yeah.
Nat 20, which makes it a solid 26.
Hell, his second one of the game.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I was wondering if it was actually possible before we actually perform, if we kind of, hey guys, huddle up.
You don't have that much time. They are, the audience is right there. The Madam Tilly Aspasia is giving you guys this look of like, oh, this ought to be fun. All right, I'm supporting this. And the ladies are playing you on. So give me that performance check.
Hey,
It's 21.
Kylie, you know that Nat 20 you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twinsies!
Are you kidding me?
Ooh.
Heck yes.
That's a third one of the game. Heck yeah. All
Woodward
right, so
got a 16.
Woodward with the 16, not bad. And what did you get, Ilona?
I got a 21.
Heck yeah. So you guys are dancing up a storm. The crowd is loving it. I want you to give me one small paragraph of how this roll that you rolled is killing it right now.
Do we have to roll initiative or anything like that?
No. Just talk about it.
I'm just asking.
That's right. Roll initiative. Sneak attack. He's fine. Hey, where he's from, yeah, you do that.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
That's true.
No, that's fine.
That's true.
So just describe to me, especially Rufa and Shionibus, your critical 20s, and then everyone else, please also describe to me your dance.
Do you guys want me to go first?
Go for it.
Go.
Okay, Rufa is gonna strut over to the bards. All right, we'll start off low, then we'll pick it up. Give me an E over there, and we're gonna pick it up on the back end and just keep up.
The two ladies look at you and they go, and they just start playing their instruments like maestros that they are.
All right. As Rufus stands to the center of the room, he snaps his finger. Spotlight on me.
You see this lady like taking like a piece of like weird colored fabric and putting it over a giant candle, and she's like giving you a spotlight.
He doesn't move his upper body, but his feet is just like da 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 very rhythmically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts he kind of does that tango strut over to each of our party members. Dun, 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 dun. Starts moving his shoulders. He takes Shonobus' hand. You don't just follow up and do mine. I think I shall lead. First spins her kind of around, then really quickly move over to Lona's character, spins her, and then bends over and Woodward spins him, and pretty much just we're kind of going like a figure 8 pattern of spins, and basically Rufus' feet is just trying to almost kind of like a tap dance type of rhythm and sound, just like da 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 da. And then I will let Shonobus take the next step.
From there, okay, you know how Entangled, how they have their whole little village dance scene?
Yes.
We're gonna do that. Alona, you're my partner. So Shionibus is going to try to remember what she was taught at a young age and just try her darndest. And it turns out fairly well. So it's like spins and turns and just that elegant flow. Yeah, it's like basically the scene from Tangled.
Nice. So I'm guessing you're leading.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Next up, 16 is Woodward. Woodward, please just tell everyone. You know what? Let's save yours for last. I have a feeling it's going to be nice and fun. But bouncing from Kylie to Ilona. So now she does this amazing dance sequence. You are relinquished from the hold. What do you do?
Me?
What? Oh no, not you, Ilona. I apologize, Ilona. You're dancing now.
Okay.
Kylie's character, Shonibus, has kind of like done a big spin and let you go. And what do you do?
Well, of course, Alona's never danced in her entire life, but she read about it in a book. So she had a little textbook from Theramis that detailed lots and lots of very interesting, elegant dance moves that talked about positions of your hands and your feet, which need to be pointed like that. So she's going to do 5 pirouettes in a row and land in a perfect finish.
Lovely. With some nice impromptu ballet, doing a great job. Now, Woodward, we get to you, my fun little friend. What you have ballroom dancing, you have the paso doble, and you have ballet. What do you offer?
I think since everyone else has picked their people's dance, I think once the spin has started, Woodward doesn't stop once he's got the spin, but he doesn't move from the spot he's in. And he's starting to catch up on Rufa, and he realizes, oh, we're doing the percussion thing with our feet. So he just starts stomping with one of his feet, just the same one over and over again in a circle, and starts slapping his hands on his knees with the other one. And at some point, some point for his big finish ends up taking his hat off and just spinning it around in the circles. He slaps his knee and stomps his foot.
Oh, nice. I love that you basically invented a combination between hillbilly dancing and like mosh pit crumping. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Rufa.
I was wondering if it would be possible at some point Rufa bends down and picks up Woodward and does that
Oh, you want to like do the
Love it.
the lift? You down?
Yeah, that lift.
I love it.
All right.
He's in.
So, two things in this amazing dance moment. The music builds, and it ends with this triumphant crescendo. With the music ending, you all get hero points because that was tremendous. Thank you so much for making those choices.
Yes. I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
Is Morel still with us?
Yeah. He's by Glenda, like just folding his arms, like, so like when you punch with your right hand, do you go for the jaw or do you go for the temple? Like he's watching, but he's also like trying so hard not to watch at the same time.
Incredible. I love it.
You could even kind of get eyes of him like talking to Glenda, like, and with a minute he realizes you're looking at him, looking at you, he just kind of goes back to Glenda, like full 100%, like, yes, so elbow strikes from the ground. I believe in them. I support them. North to south, you know. So he's very awkward about all this. Now, the second thing, while you guys are dancing and Rufus Morel's trying really hard not to watch, the gentlemen watching are having an amazing time. They're throwing money at people who are not dancing to get them drinks. Lots of money's being thrown around. And then when the big crescendo hits and you all hit your blows and your tableaus, one of them stands up and he points to Rufa and he says, just like that, he points and he says, 500 gold for that gentleman for an evening.
Gold.
Just kind of, this stops a little bit, just like, what?
And he says, you are energetic and I like your feet. They are fast. And he's clearly drunk at like 9:30 in the morning. He's probably been partying since the last night. And he's like, 500 gold for an evening. I know you don't work here, but obviously rules of the establishment still apply. Glenda, if you want to watch and make sure things are fine, that's safe. I agree. But you, sir, you are a gold of the dance. 500 gold for you for an evening with your consent. And now, Kylie said sold, but I'm not letting her speak for you because it is your choice. But it is 500 gold.
I'm getting I don't know if anybody's seen that SNL sketch where Pete Davidson was sold in the Bachelor thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
Chad.
going through in my head right now.
What was the thing he said? Doink doink or
Yeah,
something?
I can do the doink doink.
Doink doink.
Yeah, I can do doink doink. And all the ladies are like, you, sir, don't know class. This man is easily worth $10 million. Like, yeah.
I was wondering
That's good.
if it would be possible, because they didn't specify whether it's. I would like to see if I could romance him, but not go to that.
Okay, I totally
He
understand.
would. It's like with Rufa, it's an experience.
It's a dinner date.
Yes, it's an
Oh.
experience with Rufa.
He's
Roll
probably
You're
going to
an
cook.
escort.
It'll be nice.
Roll me a diplomacy check and make that negotiation. I'm sure he's open to that.
I love it. You're an escort. You're like the nicest cooking escort.
24.
24. Dang. Okay, yeah. So I want to hear the words. How are you
Rufa's
offering
made of
this?
money.
Rufa goes, well, my friend, if you want to experience Rufa, you experience Rufa on Rufa's terms.
He kind of gets up and now you can see he has this amazing outfit. It is like if you could take a 3-piece suit and combine it with like a Roman garb and kind of push it together. He's dressed in that, like long kind of curtainy vibes, layers, definitely some sort of really nice neck thing. And he's like, sir, not only do I respect your boundaries, I find them delightfully enticing. I am saying this. Yes. Because I feel you are worth it. You're pretty. And gosh darn it, I like you. But I need to go home and sleep some of this off. So here's the thing. My secretary, secretary, the other guy who's drunk at 9 in the morning gets up and he goes, yes, sir, I wasn't sleeping. I'm here. You take his information down. Tell him I'll see him at dinner. I need to go prepare for Maestro Rufa. And he stumbles off. The secretary stumbles over, extremely drunk himself. He pulls out this like giant reef of like paper and he gets his quill and he's kind of doing the whole thing, his face bright red. He looks at you and he goes, right, what's your name?
I am the fabulous Rufa, Maestro Rufa of Glotzi.
Takes him a few. He goes, how many A's in Glotzi?
1.
1 A. Good. That's good. Right. Will you be available at 1800, 6 p.m. later tonight for dinner?
Well, Rufa can make time.
Gonna make time. 6:30, okay? I don't want you to be late.
6:30 sounds good.
6:30, good sounds. All right. Do you have any allergies, foods that you don't like, anything that turns you off about nighttime dining?
I'm pretty good with anything. I prefer no olives, though. No olives.
No olives. Do you have your own wardrobe, or should some be provided for you?
Some I would prefer to be provided with an outfit. Make sure it's silk, little room in tight in the trousers, but a little breathing room around the neck.
Breathing room trousers tight around the neck. Got it. All right. He kind of like does a really bad job of putting it away within his like 3-piece tunic outfit, and he finally just like rolls it up and puts it in his mouth, and he goes, like he's like, good day, sir. And then he stumbles out of the bar. As he leaves, he just kind of pats. He sees Glenda.
Did you leave information about where Rufa's supposed to go, actually, or anything like that?
Not yet. Here's what he does. So he runs out. He sees Glenda, pats himself down, just kind of shrugs, pulls out this giant sack of gold, gives it to Glenda, and he goes, and then looks and goes, my master prefers to dine with his dates at the look on the hill for the place with the candles. That's where you're gonna go. Just go there and say Master Dominus. They'll know who you're talking about. Goodbye. And he stumbles out. So your date for the evening for 500 gold and a good conversation is Master Dominus. And on that wonderful little bit of role play, we're going to take a 10-minute break. And when we come back, we'll see what craziness we get from Adelfon.
Third person, strong choice, Michael. Strong choice. Rufa prefers.
Yes. All right, everyone. So we'll see you in 10 minutes at 9:43. We'll see you then. And I can't wait to talk to you all in the chat. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Edge of Legend. Thank you for giving us that 10-minute break. It was awesome chatting with some of you in chat. Man, oh, man. I guess we're going to do the date in a little bit. If not this episode, I guarantee it's going to happen. Possibly episode 10. But as we left off, the secretary to Master Dominus left a giant bag of gold coins to, I guess, pay for the bill. Once Glenda, the bodyguard of the facility, gets these gold coins, she hands it off to the mistress of the madam. Very different name. The madam of the facility, one Tilly Aspasia, or Aspasia, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The madam takes the gold coins, kind of hefts it in her hands, and she goes, free drinks all around. I think we paid for the day. And she gives the gold back to the bartender, who takes it, kind of sloppily aims it, puts it in a safe location under the bar, and starts putting out series of glasses across the table. Some of the girls have a great time laughing and hollering and getting a free shot at the bar. You all are basking in, I guess, Rufus' date to come. What do you do?
If possible, I would actually like to use my streetwise feat actually right now to gather information about this Dominus sky and the general makeup
Your
of the
Facebook
city.
stalking your date.
It's called gathering information.
Which is what look, that's what ladies do when they have a first night out with a guy they don't know. Like, listen, I gotta go on Facebook, I gotta ask his friends.
Everybody does it. Everyone does it.
I only did it like one.
You gotta know.
Oh, I totally did it to Lindsay. Oh yeah. She knows it.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I am in a position of responsibility. I am not gonna say anything.
But
yeah.
So can I gather information?
Yeah, make the
Okay.
roll. Go right ahead.
I got a 26.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
I'm really good at skills.
yeah.
I suck at combat. Now I'm like a tissue paper, but I'm really good at skills.
Yeah. Investigators, they're like, what's a fight? I'll think my way through it. They're amazing. So you get a lot of details right away. All of the girls are looking to you right now like you are. They're looking at you like you're circa 95, maybe 96 Michael Jordan, and they're maybe Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They're looking at you like, I'm good stuff. Like, I rock, but you're circa like 96, 97 Michael Jordan. Like, you're on fire, my dude. And they...
Lupa's going to teach them, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
So before we give you
teaching
more
them-
from... So what was that, Sidney?
No, I was gonna ask, are you teaching them the bend and snap too?
Yes.
Two things before I forget. Number one, Rufa, give yourself that hero point if you haven't already for that amazing negotiation on your date.
Got it.
Number
So good.
two, Madame Aspasia looks to you and she kind of snaps as she points and she says, how do you want a job?
Sadly, I am what you call Rufa is what you call freelance for the moment. But I will be. We will be partaking in your grand city for a bit while, and if you do not mind, we could perhaps use your establishment as headquarters, and we could do some performances and odd work here and there.
She kind of laughs and chuckles and she says, sorry, you're a sweet man and all, but beds is business and I have to make sure those beds are full and with more than a person, if you know what I'm saying. So unfortunately, I can't give any of my beds up unless you're willing to pay for a nice conversation. But that being said, break, she goes away. The girls are gabbing about Master Dominus. You learn that Master Dominus is a senator of the town of Lesser Clout. He is not on any particular cabinets. He's not on any particular committees, but he is still a senatary of the town. He has been a recent induction. He recently graduated and passed his campaign. In Adelfon, what they tell you is that to become a senator is much like a very, very long a campaign process, but also kind of like a graduation ceremony. You know, you have to be vetted. You have to make promises. You have to go and prove them to people. It's almost like to get the job of senator, you almost have to complete your own quest to earn it. And then at the end of that, those who are successful with their quest, as given to them by those that have vetted them into this process, those then vote on which one of these people that actually completed their quest is worthy of being senator. No, I'm just saying. And Master Dominus just recently did this. He just recently
Okay.
graduated, recently proved himself, and now he's a senator.
He's the
Does the
hot
city
shot.
have like kind of like
New
a
boy.
party system, kind of like us with Republicans, Democrats, and which does Master Dominus lean towards?
Well, a lot of the ladies say that they've been following his politics. He is kind of because he's a newer senator. He's kind of moving on more of a progressive bent, but he is trying to get in good with the White Mane, aka the Ice Queen, Senator Bowen Rionig.
Okay.
He's been trying to get in good with her because she is the powerhouse of the Senate. She is the inscrutable hand. She is the no nonsense leader of the Senate. She's kind of like, like how you have like the how the vice president kind of goes to Senate and kind of is a big deal. She's
Okay.
like that, but just by clout, by her actions and her time. She is this person.
So kind of like a prime minister ish.
Yeah, but if the prime minister actually participated in the same level as a Senate, as opposed to kind of this honorary figure,
Okay.
she actually has
A speaker.
better. Let's put it better terms. LBJ when he was a senator, or any Kennedy.
Okay. Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's through history and clout that they have gotten this reputation, and there's a bit of power to when she speaks because of that. And Dominus is new, and he's trying to get in her good graces, not for anything particular or malicious, but everyone says that he wants to be kind of on the right side of Senate.
Mm-hmm. And one more thing that Rufa wants to see if he can find out.
Mm-hmm.
What does Master Dominus enjoy as hobbies or anything like that?
The girls say that while he has an eye for the future and progressive public policies, he does have a joy for the finer things and kind of an older world hobby. He likes wood carving. He likes hiking and camping. He likes fishing. He likes wrestling in the custom of Adelfon, which is not naked, but next to naked, usually like wrapped up in cloth. He prefers wrestling, camping, hiking, fishing, wood carving. And he is a big fan of exotic foods.
I'd date this guy.
Yeah. Does he like long walks on the beach too?
Yeah, he's got a long list of good things about him.
I'm sorry. One more thing I want to find out.
Sure.
Who is I want to know a really good, renowned wood carver in the city that won't break the bank, but makes really good stuff.
You're gonna get him a gift for your first date. You're so romantic.
So, two thoughts, but I'll give them both to you if you roll for it. Give me a local lore test.
DJ,
Do I just roll? Then I would just roll intelligence, right?
Yeah. If you don't have lore local, you can just make an intelligence check. And while he's doing that,
I have underworld.
What was that, Ian?
Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure. You said Senatari was the guy's title?
Oh yeah, Senatari. Yeah.
Senatari?
Yeah, basically it is a senator, a newer senator usually.
That's the third Tari we've had.
Yeah.
One of those is an orc, and now I'm really suspicious.
Have you ever stopped and asked Leon Tari what his political views are in social programs?
But I'm not saying these guys didn't make him.
Have you ever conversed with him about conservative spending? No,
guys. If I'm on this, and these guys are behind it, I'm saying it now.
Bad guys do tend to name stuff after them.
Exactly. Okay. Sorry, Michael. Continue.
Okay, I was gonna say I got 21 on that roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And also, do we get the money, or like can we also gather the money that they threw on us, or what about that 500? So what's up with that?
All right, so the 500 paid for services given. You have to finish the date. You get the money from the date. I mean, not a bad way to go. You get dinner, drinking, a whole evening, and you get a $500 golden check in your pocket. As far as the money being thrown at you, they didn't really throw money at you. They threw money at the other women there to buy more drinks. The giant pouch of gold that his secretary had, he gave to Glenda, who then, of course, gave to Madame Aspasia, and that's now being kept in their coffers. So your awesome dancing didn't give you any immediate funds, but it also did pay for your tab of 2 Asmacon tequila shots and a date worth 500 gold. Now, that being said, going back to your question about the wood carvers in the area to build something nice out of wood, 2, maybe 3 people in town that can give you something nice made out of wood. One lives in their workhouse, in their living house, in the bazaar section of town. You have another one who is actually part of the local guard who does this as a hobby for money, for like extra chow, better weapon rations for some of the soldiers. The guards, I should say, and he's in the guard district. And third, now remind me, Ian, does Woodward know how to carve wood?
Whittle.
I mean, I could definitely see him whittling, but I definitely don't think he's like a master class whittler. Hooch Smith, on the other hand, a term I've just coined, definitely could turn a few eyes with that.
Okay. So you have those 2 names I gave you. One that works for the town guard, and one that works professionally as a woodsmith. Yeah,
I think Rufa also knows that he wouldn't trust whittling to Woodward at this point, considering he's smashed.
I would love to see that, like just a drunken Woodward with this giant thing of like a bigger stock of wood than him, and like a little whittling knife going, "Come here, little wood, I'm gonna make you real pretty."
It's a duck. Just like holds up a hunk of something.
If possible, at this point, Rufa would like to kind of gather the party together.
I gather.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friends, Rufa has gained some information that could be quite useful for odd endeavors. Apparently, this Master Dominus has connections to the Ice Queen of the White Main Party that we were advised to seek out.
Well, wouldn't you have it? We just stumbled into some plot. Okay. So you have a date tonight. You know that this guy wants to get in.
I thought it was tomorrow night. I thought it was tomorrow night. Was it tonight?
It was tonight because he had to go home and take a nap and get ready. It's only 9:30, 9:45 in the morning. He's got all day for 6 p.m.
Yeah. So you have a date tonight. You know that this person wants to get in good and has ties in the Senate, so that's great for what we need. What are we gonna do while you're on your date?
Leave. We're gonna leave. Get back out the doors that we came in and spend a nice night out there. And we'll check in on Rufa later.
I don't know. I kind of want to explore around.
And Rufa would also probably suggest at least Zashmaru's already gone, right?
Yeah, he's off doing the homeless network. He's currently working with the other dogs of the city, if you will.
Friend Woodward, we could use your connection with Zachru with the information gathering if possible. This is very important to our cause.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if anybody's going to get me through this ordeal, I think it could be him.
Mm-hmm. And
I'll go check out to see what he's doing.
And ladies, it would be perhaps helpful for us to also, all of us, to gather information and resources according to each one of our specialties. Ilona, perhaps you could talk to the local clergy.
Well, I could start here, but I'll do my research and find out where else in the city I can go.
Let me change it this way. I hate to interrupt you, Michael, but I want to make sure everyone has kind of a bit more an agency and a plan here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the one thing you should never do. We're gonna divide the party up. You tell me where you want to go and what you want to do in the city, and we're going to have some adventures in this city. Now, if you guys want to work together on something, you're more than free to do that. But if we're going to divide and conquer, then we really need to divide and conquer. That being stated, if you want to know where the other taverns are, what their names are, if you want to know about the holy buildings in the area, some of the other bounty boards, other activities in Adelfon Prime, please ask so now.
Morel's coming with me.
Morel kind of has it like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, that sounds, yeah, let's do that.
Perhaps then I'll go with one of the other party members, or three of us to team up and do something.
Well, let's figure out. Let's talk about a plan. First things first. So Morel and Alona, we have a group here. Where do you want to go? You have other taverns, lots of churches, lots of buildings in the area, and a bounty board. What do you want to do?
Can I do a religion check to see if there is a god that Adelfon Primus sort of puts on a pedestal above all others?
Yeah, you can give me a knowledge. I'm gonna go. Sorry, religion check or a local lore check. Any one of those will work.
Okay. Well, that is going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Well, I will also tell you all of the churches here, because that kind of shows you where the religious tensions lie. So very first thing, as you're thinking about this, you realize that the holy symbol on the wall above the bar is the goddess Rochelle, one of the 3 human women that proved themselves the gods and ascended to goddesshood. Rochelle is the goddess of working girls and barmaids and bar wenches. So when you see her holy symbol there, you better pay up and you better be polite to the ladies, because if not, holy fire will rain upon you. You also see there is a temple called the Lucky Star Casino. The Lucky Star Casino seems to be some sort of holy building to Chioma, the god of luck and fortune. You come in, you come for the games, you stay for the debt. So you have those two. You also have the Honoris. Now, the Honoris is a temple and burial ground for people of great clout and honor. Here, Hamasa, the goddess of the dead, and their priests tend to the living and collect honors for the dead, usually in story or any sort of token given. So it's this one part funeral home, one part temple for both the living and the dead. And that's the Honoris. You also have the Cultist Bellum. The Cultist Bellum is, I'll read for you a little flavor text here. Koga, the god of war, calls his temple his. It seems to function as a military training site for non-guards and functions as a strict chain of command for a church. They have many outdoor seating areas for peace talks. Now, you have 2 other things. One is the Universitas Verbum, or the University of the Word, or the Word of Law. Here, being worshipped is Iodex, the guy who loves grass, Falkland, and Leifer. Falkland and Leifer are the brother and sister gods of, one is knowing the word and definition of words, and one, Leifer, is the goddess of knowing stories and enjoying books and the like. So Iodex, Falkland, and Leifer are all worshipped in the Universitas Verbum. They're all worshipped here, as well as this temple doubling for a massive school. At this school, they teach many scholars, politicians, lawyers, etc. And they have probably a massive collection of rare books, at least the rarest books that they could get in Adelfon, being that there's so much of the world Adelfon hasn't gotten to yet. And they are known for having a large symbol of an open book with a bookmark, still in the book, and a scale holding fire on one side and a sword in the other. Kind of uniting the ideas of Leifer being the open book, Falkland being the closed book, and Iodex being judge and law. Last but not least, someplace the locals like to call the Righteous Mile. It is a name given to the massive temple in the town. inside this temple that's over a mile in every direction, you have kind of centered every other god that is not listed elsewhere. Of course, put up on the highest pedestal in this building you have, or in this giant open air temple, you have Azamat, one of the head gods, god of good, righteousness, protection, law. But you also have Adaraya, the lion god of love. Minerva, the second of the three goddesses that through their sacrifice and good deeds became gods from humanity. And almost every other god in the Astrogenicon, the big holy book of this world. So, if you want to see which god they put on a pedestal, you can probably go to the Righteous Mile and take a safe bet. But if you want to go to another church, in the case of the Lucky Casino, air quotes there, you are free. You have many different churches in this town that you can go to.
I've got to make Woodward a holy man. This pantheon is amazing. Like, I am totally intrigued with it. I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, great. Where are we going? I got to figure that out.
I'm so glad you like it. Well, if you're really curious, there is a goddess of nature, Nadir. She's a very interesting story. I'll give you this little bit of lore and this little tidbit because you would know this as a druid. Nadir, originally, when she was battling in the Seven Glories, before you had this giant schism with a whole bunch of gods, we can get to that later, she eventually came to Earth. Now, originally, she came to Earth as a man. And once she set foot on ground and she started growing the green grass, her body changed and she became a woman. She became the mother of the forest and all the life within the forest. And it was at this point in time that Nadir realized that she had always been the mother of the forest. And it wasn't until she finally came to this planet that she fully realized herself as the mother of the forest and all the creatures inside.
Yeah, great. Cool. I'm gonna figure out what that means. Like, I'm gonna go for it. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Hey, no problem. I mean, it would make sense that a druid would be like,
yeah,
I know
totally.
who she is. So, all right. So that's the talk of churches. You have technically one church that functions as a casino. You have one church that's basically a burial ground and a way to respect your dead. You have one church, which is kind of a brothel, kind of not. You have one church that is a college. You have a church that is a military training facility as well as peace talk location. And you have a church that's just a big-ass church.
Bunch of other churches.
Yeah. Just one big unified place for everyone to worship whatever god that's not represented elsewhere in the city.
Gosh, I'm really torn here. There's so many good choices. Ilona's like first urge is to definitely be like, there's a college with books and students and things and learning and what? Her first instinct is that, but then she hears about the Great Mile and she's like, that sounds like probably. Can we do both?
I mean, you guys can stay in Adelfon as long as you want, so don't worry about. I mean, until of course you get killed by 5 armies of orcs, but until then, you can stay there as long as you want.
She's probably gonna go to the Great Mile, because that seems like the most varied experience where most people go.
Okay.
The Righteous Mile or the Great Mile? Sorry.
The Righteous Mile. No, you're fine. The Righteous Mile. Yeah.
We're good.
And you're going with Morel, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Oh, Morel is looking both excited and nervous.
Also, Afra will probably be at the Righteous Mile.
There's a good bet on that. Okay, so we're gonna table that for now. The other 3 people in the show, you have bounty boards for actions around town. You have taverns for other boots on the ground people, and you also have the work district, the wood carver, things like that. What do you want to do?
Question.
Yes.
Have we ever made a plan with Zachmaru, like when he's going to report back? No?
No, you did not. Darn.
I mean, darn. Sorry.
We did not. He's we'll run into him eventually. He'll come back.
I think that's how he works.
Yeah.
I think he just kind of pops into existence and out of existence as he chooses.
Yeah, because I'm thinking Rufus gonna more like not stick with Woodward because that's his contact with the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So you guys are staying close by, but what are you going to be doing in the downtime while he's spending a couple hours going through all the network?
Let's talk with the common folk and get some buns.
Yeah, I think I don't mind that at all. I think let's try to find like a down home pub. Like not something as righteous, but maybe something a little bit closer to what where Zoshmur would have gone, because I usually food's around that area too.
Like a diner?
Yeah, like a working man's pub and like
Or
and
food
diners
stall.
nearby. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the ladies hear you talking about this, and they offer. They say like, now we understand that it's not good business to talk about how you should go to other places, but since you're not going to buy any more alcohol, and since you're not going to rent a bed, let us help you with this query. And what they kind of give you, they give you a lowdown skinny on things. They say that the Papane is a very, very, very high-class bar. It is the wine-only bar that all of the rich folk of Adelfon love to go to. Well, wine and spirits, so like really fancy cocktails. There is the Adelfon Public House number 1. And if you're familiar with public houses in other cultures, this is a really big, very old, salt-of-the-earth place to just get a good beer. And that is what this place is. This, in fact, it's called the Public House number 1 because they used to have many public houses. They had to close them down and then made a law that there'd be only one public house that would get government funding. And that's why it bears the name of the city. Adelfon Public House number 1, the first government-funded dive bar.
Amazing.
That's the working man, or is that the rich people's one?
Working man, salt of the earth, public house number 1. Now, that being said, there's one last place they tell you about, which is the Deversorium. The Deversorium is a tavern. However, they don't serve booze. It is food and lodging only, with a lot of open area for common activities. It's almost like how to put it, like a family-owned B&B.
It's a Denny's.
It does sound nice.
Yeah, it's a Denny's where you can crash after having like your eggs coma or your
or a
pancakes.
Waffle House for our East Coast friends.
I've been to Waffle House. Hey, look, if you ever want to eat grits so salty that your eyeballs go black and blind, but there's a knife fight happening adjacent while someone's giving birth, go to Waffle House.
Hey,
at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Those grits are supposed to be that salty.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're
Don't
not.
be hating on my grits.
Though.
Look, I'm from below the Mason-Dixon. I know how salty grits are supposed to be. I'm just saying they abuse the salt privilege.
But the knife and like giving birth outside, that's 100% true.
Privilege.
Legit. I mean, we've all seen photos and videos of like wait staff getting into fistfights with actual customers over the grill. Like that's not made up. That
So how do you all like your hash? Covered, smothered?
Oh. I could go off on some Waffle House. I miss it so much. They don't have it in California.
Am I the only? I'm born and raised Cali native.
Yeah.
Technically, I think Michael.
Not born but raised.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Kylie?
I mean, I'm born and raised, but I got family in the South. So
See, yeah, I got everybody's on this side. So I haven't gone anywhere.
About 30, 45 minutes outside Washington, D.C. So like I
Yep.
kind of got the
Well,
best.
there it is.
I got the South, the North, the East, the West. I got it all. All right. So speaking of Waffle House, where are you guys going to go?
I mean, I would say Zoshmur would probably be closer to the public house number 1 if it's a working man's place. If we want to try to meet up with them later. What do you think?
I agree. I Rufa will go with you.
Great, cool. Before I leave, though, would like to approach the bar because there was a call for free shots.
Mhm.
And he's definitely going to have one more before he leaves. They said the entire bar, and he was in the bar. So I don't know what
That's
I'm
kind of
getting.
right. You're technically right.
I'm technically right. So what do you want me to roll?
Well, we'll get that in a minute. Does anyone else want to join Woodward in a quick a goodbye shot? Shionibus, my girl. All right. So we got Shionibus, we got Woodward. Does Ilona and Morel want to take a shot before they go?
Come on, I danced with you. Come on.
Alona's never had alcohol in her life.
Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
Okay.
It's like it hardly has a taste. It's like water.
It's like
You'll
water.
be fine.
Like
Yeah.
holy water.
Exactly.
Okay. Ilona's gonna look at Morel and she's gonna be like, "Do you want to do this with me?"
And he kind of hangs his head and sighs and he goes, bloody hell. Considering what may be happening, I think it's only going to help me. So yes, I will take a shot. So he lines up, much like you, against his own chagrin. Just, Rufa, you had your hand up. What's up, Michael?
Yeah, just curious. On our way to the public house number 1, would that be also on the way to any of those wood carvers that you mentioned earlier?
Oh,
yeah, you could definitely take a detour to the work section to get there. Yeah, no problem.
We're totally taking a detour. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Okay, so very before we do that, I need everyone to give me a fortitude save. If you're bad at it, great.
I'm not taking the shot.
Oh, you're not? Okay, so everyone else, totally
He wants
good.
to have a clear mind for his
Yeah,
dates
Rufa
tonight.
needs to be clear in case of any hanky-panky.
Totally fair.
15.
What is it, Alona?
I'll
tell you.
2.
Yes.
I'm kidding you not. I literally rolled a 2.
You do have 2 hero points.
Oh, be a hero. What if you take the shot with no face? Just like first time having liquor, knocks it back, no whiskey face, puts the glass down on it. Hero point.
I do have a hero point.
You want to use it on this? You can. And you have 2, like Michael said. You have 1 for starting game and 1 for that amazing dance display.
Oh, wait, that means I have 3.
Yeah.
Yep. You have the max.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll again.
Right. Was it a 1? Tell me it was a 1. She's giving up. That's got to be a 1. But I need that confirmation.
We need it.
We have a 1. We have a 1.
Tonight is so good.
Oh, it's juicy. I love it. Okay.
That's where all the bad luck is going.
I would say it, I've said it once. I'll say it again. 1s are where the story starts.
Yeah.
True.
Just like no good story ever started by drinking a glass of milk, unless you're talking about Clockwork Orange. Technically, it was laced with ketamine. You got to start somewhere. It was. A Clockwork Orange. In the wonderful novel of Clockwork Orange, their milk drinks that they were having at the bar was laced with ketamine and probably other drugs too. So, Ian, what was your fortitude save?
Oh, I got a 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the good news is that 2 people are having this sensation. Kylie, you take, as the bartender takes this big glass, this big, beautiful spun glass that's been carefully tempered into kind of this square shape. It's got a twist off cap made of glass, and once it starts to twist, it has a little bit of coming out. She pours this brown liquid into many, many shots. This brown liquid almost dances like gold in the morning, and I should say early morning sunlight. It dances like gold or an amber into these glasses, and you can smell this very sweet, very mild note. It's got this warm vanilla, very, very nice and natural. As you take it back, you can taste this. It's like it hits with that kind of warm, dry, almost like whiskey rye back note, but the first note is this very wet and soft vanilla spice with a bit of a burn at the front. Oh, it's smooth. It's so smooth. You can feel just a bit of a tingle in your nose. So good.
Oh.
Ilona
10 out
has
of
the
10.
exact same experience. However, when she sips it, it burns every part of her body. Fire in her throat. Cheeks immediately go to a deep red. Your face just melts and contorts with the powerful presence of this liquor. Woodward, this is number 3 for you. So taste and feeling and sensation. What are those things?
Doesn't matter what she hands me.
Morel takes a shot, kind of makes that manly kind of like cowboy grimace, like it's good. Meanwhile, Ilona and Woodward, you had a clumsy 3.
Oh man.
You're both at a clumsy 3, as Woodward is now drunk on 3 very hard liquors early in the morning, and Ilona is drunk for the first time in her entire life. So yeah, but
Time to go to church.
Let's go to church drunk.
I mean, probably not the first time though.
I'm gonna have the best time.
Morel looks at you, and he kind of goes. You see, like he gently kind of pats your head. And he goes, "I'll make sure that you're okay. I'll make sure that you're fine, or at least I'll be there if anything bad happens." Michael, what's up?
Rufa's gonna whisper over to Morel. Make sure she drinks plenty of water and fluids.
Oh, I know. And the minute I can get her to sit down and have a meal, I'm going to give her a nice heavy meal to fix this.
She'll
Now,
be fine.
Condoms.
What's that?
She'll be fine. Just walk it off. She'll be fine.
Some carbs.
Carbs. Okay, so as we have split the party, it is Ilona and Morel. They're going to church, hammered. Michael and Ian are going to stop by the work district
And then
on the
another
way,
pub.
and then another pub, and like a gritty pub. Now, Kylie, I don't believe we actually landed on where you were going and what you were doing.
2 things.
Mhm.
1, bounty boards.
Hell yeah.
Because I need money that's actually on my person. 2, has she from the walk into the gates to now where they at currently, has she noticed anyone that isn't only human, or is everyone human?
I'm extremely glad you asked that. Because yes, as you've been walking in, you have been noticing there's been a kind of a spattering of elves all around the city. Very small amount, but you kind of every now and then, for like every 10 or 20 humans, you're like, there's one. There's one. They mostly have a very pale, almost snow white features. Their hair usually comes in either blonde, silver, white. Their eyes are always this terrifying, piercing blue. And they look at you like they hate you. But then again, they look at everyone like they hate them. So,
Valid.
Elves, they're not really big fans of humans. And you know why.
Yeah. Are they full elf or half?
You can tell they are full elf. Obviously, because of that, you do start seeing a light spattering of half elf throughout the city. You also see a light, and I mean very light contingency of dwarf, like maybe 3 dwarves walking around, but they have this look on their face like they're shopping in a panic and a hurry, and they're trying to get the hell out.
So they're like scurrying. Got it.
Yeah, like they're shopping with a purpose.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, bounty boards.
All right. So this will be easy first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which bounty board Kylie wants to take. Then we're going to go to Drunk Day at Church. And then we're going to go into the boys get buns and beers. So first things first, bounty board selection. You see 3 jobs on the bounty board. In fact, they state that this is the same at every bounty board. The idea is they make multiples, they stack them around. So you have 3 bounties, red side quests, and they are as follows. Help me move. Someone needs someone to help them move. They have just recently gotten a new apartment and they do not have any extra hands, no friends, no beer and pizza to coax them. So they're going to need someone to pay them to help them move their stuff into the new apartment. Number 2, fix rat trap! Exclamation point. There is a local proprietor of a tavern who has a problem with their rat trap. It seems to need fixing. Someone has to go into the basement of said tavern and fix their rat trap. You know, rat problems in cities are terrible. And last but not least, guard relief. All it says is to please report to the local guard station near you, show them the missive on the bounty board, and they will give you your task for guard relief.
I know I shouldn't pick this one, but I'm going to.
The rats.
Ew. God, no. I don't like rats. She doesn't like rats. It's a mutual thing that we have, character player. You know, you get it.
Oh, yeah.
And she's not nice enough to help someone move. So, is there...
Sorry.
I mean, no, she's not. She's just not nice enough. Is there a like coin amount for all these jobs?
Glad you asked. Here are the this is what they offer in exchange for your services. If you take the help me move job, that is 30 gold per person. If you take the fix my rat trap quest, job.
So bad.
Well, now I can't stop thinking about that. They say that is a 75 gold reward per person. If you do the guard relief job, they say that can be up to 175 gold per person.
Does it give a description of anything else for the guard one?
Just says go to your local guard station, show them the missive, they'll give you your task.
With a big sigh, she's going to rip that one off the board and just start walking.
All right. We're going to role play the job being taken, and we'll go, and then we'll change from there once it's accepted. So once you walk over to this guard station, it takes a little while. You see this member of the Adelfon guard, kind of dressed like how you saw the guards last night, and he's quilling on a pen, and he looks up and he goes, "By the scales, are you? Huh? Sorry. Hello. My name is Private Jeremy. I'm a member of the town guard. Are you looking to fill in the job that we put on the bounty board?"
Yeah, and she's gonna like slam it onto the table.
And he just kind of jumps back and goes, "By the Dragon's Maw, she's actually here for the job. Wonderful. Oh my goodness, wonderful. All my commanding officers can be so excited to hear this. We are exhausted. Literally everyone is gone because these bloody holidays. Oh, they're drinking themselves stupid at like 9:30 in the morning. We are exhausted and we need..." Hold on. Pulls out a piece of paper, slides it across the table, takes a pen, and writes 175 gold. Sign here, here, and here. It's all above board, of course, all legally viable and retainable. What we need you to do is that one of the senators' homes has to be guarded because he's not here. And so we need you to relieve the town guards who have been standing duty for 3 days at his house. Just stay there until the other guards come up for the next shift, because they are absolutely knackered and tired out there.
She's going to read the kind of terms and agreements as quickly as possible.
All right. Give me a society check.
I'm decent at society. 16.
Yeah, well, it's pretty above board, like you said. It just says your name here will be given the task of blank, which is to guard this house until relief arrives. When this job is completed, you'll be paid 175 gold, provided that the job is done to the terms of services to the standard of the guard. So if the guard says you did a good job, you get the money. Bottom line.
And how long until the next guards come?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're getting ready now, but I mean, but with breakfast, morning drills, and debriefings and briefings, it could take maybe an hour, maybe like 2 hours. And those bloody guys.
Sure.
Oh,
Like,
that was platinum greatness. Thank you so much. Hold on. He takes it back. Sign. You signed it. He puts it in a book, stamps it 3 times, and goes, all right, here's my copy. Here's your copy. Please sign the dotted line of my copy once more. And with that, you are now a freelance operative of the guards. You have no titles or duties other than the ones written on this paper. Please go to the address written on the back of the paper and stay there until the relief comes. Thank you so much. These men need it. They've been on duty for like 72 hours straight.
ooh, wow. Okay. Can I do, I guess it's not insight, but perception on, it seemed like he might have noticed who I was at the very beginning.
Okay. Give me a perception check to insight his behavior.
19 die face with 26.
Okay. You realize he's reacting to the fact that you are what appears to be a powerful elf of station. The fact that you are coming in the fact that you are coming in to relieve a few guards for 175 gold is blowing his mind. That's like having the king go to the local bar to like clean the tables.
Okay, so like, not that he like knows that he like knows me or anything.
No, he
Sweet.
doesn't know you. No.
Okay.
He's just shocked as hell that a full elf of station and class is taking this job.
Right on. All right, she's gonna like turn and just start walking towards the address.
Okay. So really fast, once you get there, you see there's 2 men sitting on the ground, shields propped up, spears holding their bodies. They have these giant dark rings under their eyes, and they're clearly dehydrated and they're clearly malnourished. And they're just like, ma'am, are you lost? Do you live here? You don't look like a patron or a citizen. Do you need, he's not in. How can we help you?
Get up. I'm relieving you. Get lost. Go get some sleep.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Yay. Oh, I'm going to sleep for 2 days. Oh, my God. They have to use their entire spear to pick themselves up. They can't even carry their shield. They're just dragging on the ground, and they run off. And from there, we are going to go to Woodward and Rufa. So you guys are making your way around the work area, the work district. And as you do, you see a lot of stands up, stalls. You see people selling toys, trinkets, clothes. You do see some two familiar men who seem to be kind of trying to sell a sort of pastry, one that's warm and rich and sugary in the air. And as they are selling this, you also see what looks like a familiar form quickly dart into a building. From there, you also see a load of other workers, people that specialize in masonry, repairs, and all sorts of other services and jobs that could be done.
As a sensate gnome who has imprecise scent up to 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
I think his nose, Woodward's nose, probably guided him to what he was hoping was going to be a franchise operation. And he walks up immediately to the disregard of a familiar form he may know. Figures if it's Zashmaru, he'll find him later. And he heads straight to the bud stand.
All right. Sure enough, as you get there, you're greeted by a very jovial and loud and familiar Oh, would you look at that? Oh, it's been at least, gosh, has it been a 10-day? A tenner? No, I think it's been maybe like half a tenner. Half a tenner. It's been at least a 10 days since I last saw you, mate. How have you been? Are you okay? After you left the bloody town, we thought you died.
Oh, well, I didn't die. I'm here. I'm here now. We had a few run-ins, but no adventure starts when things go right. So,
Yeah.
but I'm here. I'm here trying to find the little piece of the city I like. And Rufa, you're about to get paid. Can you buy me some buns?
Really quick, when you say that a familiar form, I was wondering if I could, when that happened, would I be able to use my imperialism to notice what that form is? This notice thing.
Now, is that my perception roll or your perception roll?
I believe. Give me a second.
Sure.
Somebody probably should pay attention to that. I wrote it off as something in between me and food.
I mean, not gonna lie, if I saw a familiar form and food, I'm gonna be like, familiar form can wait a minute. Food is a now time thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Basically, I just observe my surroundings with great speed, either seek or sense motive. So in this case, I think it would be a seek thing, which I believe it is actually. I roll, but you set a DC.
Okay, go ahead and roll really fast. I'll make the DC for you.
Okay.
I'm just happy that the Bun Boys are an Adelfon.
Franchise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also means they lived through the horrors of the Cobbledale.
Mhm.
Actually, PJ, you roll a secret perception check, and then you compare the result to the stealth DC of any undetected creature, or so basically you roll it.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I already rolled it just to be safe. Unfortunately, I rolled terrible, so you don't get a good look at the body as it goes back inside the house. But I will say that it is familiar, kind of naggingly. So you're like,
okay,
I know who that is.
Rufus gonna go with his trolls as Marcel. But he looks down and oh, notice, my friend. Rufus digs in and his point force at this point is very low.
They stop you immediately and they say, No. For the heroes of Cobbledale, you get at least one bun for free. No, we've been discussing this. Isn't that right, sweetie? No, you're right, honey. Look, ever since you blokes left, we have been stopped being peppered by giant siege spears. And quite frankly, well, we believe that means you've earned at least one free bun a day. So
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Rufa thanks you kindly.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're really, you're probably the only thing that's turning cities around at this point for me. So I'm really happy to find you here too.
So one of the guys gets down low and he says, "Well, I'm really happy that I can be the one that makes you want to stay in cities like these, because quite frankly, if it wasn't for cities, I'd be out of a job." And his partner comes by and kisses him on the head, goes, "I'll make the buns. I'll be right back." And he goes and he starts, chefing up the buns. Yeah. So you got 2 free buns on the way from the Bun Boys, the Bun Bros. Bros, they're not related. They're dating.
Bun buds. Bun buds.
The bun buds. I kind of like Bun Boys. I don't know, Bun Buds or Bun Boys. Yeah.
Bun Boys. Tedefin and Betimer are like...
With a Z, though. With a Z.
Tedefin and Bellum.
Give me the Z.
Yeah. Bun Boys with a Z.
I like that. Like, I think as the Ulfgard company would say, that's really good PR strategy for standing out as a brand.
Yeah, we have learned about that recently.
As we're going through this retail district area, Rufus going to keep his eye open for like a hiking stick with maybe a buff man kind of carved on top of it.
So say it again. What are you looking for?
A kind of like a hiking stick with a buff man like carved on the head of it.
Sure. So you asked them about this, and they're like, "Oh, we only just got here recently, but Tedwin, remember that guy?" And he kind of goes, "Oh, with the right? Yes, actually, if you go 2 stalls down, you should see an exotic wood sculptor." Tremendous work, great eye for detail. I think you're going to find something you like.
Oh, thank you very kindly. You are most hospitable.
Well, thank you for allowing us to have a home to return to at the end of the day. Isn't that right, Tedwin? Yes. Anyway, if you guys want any more buns, unfortunately, we do have to make some profit. So,
True.
yeah. Is there anything else we can help you with?
I got one question.
Yeah.
Did a guy come by here, smelling a hooch, not too clean, taller gent, probably was dressed in some rags. How would you describe Zoshmaru, Rufa? How would you, if you had to get it across?
Scruffy looking gentleman.
Scruffy's good.
Yeah,
We'll go with
scruffy looking gentleman.
Yeah. Did you see this guy by chance?
They kind of think for a bit, and someone goes, Bill, my love, does that sound familiar? I do vaguely recall someone looking a little rough on the edges. Yeah, a little dirty. I think he's somewhere down. So if you go down the work area, the work and bazaar area, you're going to get to kind of like a ravine. Yeah, a bit of a bridge and some refuse. I think he ran down that way, saying something about taking a nap.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's kind of par for the course. Well, thank you, fine city people. And we will wait for the buns and then be off.
All right. Oh, and here they are now. Oh, thank you, love. And they proceed to give you 2 free buns in the house, a good, nice chunk of flaky, buttery, and spiced bread with that vanilla glaze that's just melty and sticks to your fingers. It smells in the air, and then you can taste it even on your skin when it's done. You can just feel the bun. You know what I meant. You know.
I think Woodward immediately rips it in half and gives half of it to Mush. I don't know what badgers should eat. There's probably some malnutrition happening here, but it's a game, so we're gonna go with it. He feeds half of it to Mush and then wanders down the road with Rufa.
As we're wandering, we're outside the Bun Boys. Rufa offers his buns to Woodward and Mush because they enjoy it. They enjoy it, and Rufa likes to see other people enjoy.
Aww.
But he doesn't want to like hurt the feelings of the Bun Boys.
Oh well, shoot, Rufa, that's mighty kind of you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Not only did you pay for these, but you gave me another share. That's quite a lot.
Oh, no problem. Let us go forward and find what we are looking for.
Yes, of course. Let's what are you looking for? For a gift
I
for a
am
friend?
looking for you would call it a gift. I would call it a strategic purchase.
Naked man stick.
Hey, but I learned that our my friend that I will be enjoying the evening with later enjoys hiking and combat sports, so perhaps a good gift would put him in a good mood for us to get information from him.
Well, shoot, I can get behind that. A good gift giving cycle. You got to get behind all that.
Yes.
Something somebody else could repay and get
Good
something
mood.
for it. Yeah,
Put
I
him
get
in
it.
the mood.
I get it.
Put him
Yeah,
in the
let's head
mood.
down. I think they knew what they were talking about. So let's
go make our purchases, and then we shall go find our friend Zatsumaru.
So you eventually get to the wood shop that the Bun Boys discussed or told you about, and you see this kind of real burly man and real burly woman just kind of over like wood, and they're kind of like dipping rags in, and they're polishing the wood, and they're cutting it up, and they're like stoking some over a fire, and they kind of look at you and they go, "How can I help you?"
Hello, I am Maestro Rufa of Glatzi, and this is my friend Woodward and his friend Mush.
That's right.
We are looking for a sturdy hiking stick for a gentleman of the stunning case, perhaps with a combat sport enthusiast would enjoy.
A strategic purchase.
A strategic purchase, yes.
The woman kind of like, you can see her kind of like sucking her tongue through her teeth, and she's like, "All right, now, sure about that. I have a few options I think you might like. We work together in this here store, so we must make different things." So the lady goes, "Hold on. she gets like 3 giant pieces of wood and kind of slams them down on this table in front of you. And she goes, all right, this one here. This one is my cheapest bit of paperweight. And it's just like curvature of a man kind of laying like this, like full detail. Obviously, some stuff are tastefully ignored.
Reimagined.
Omitted, tastefully omitted. But she's kind of like buff gentleman with like really nice hair and all this kind of like laying down a paperweight. And she goes, this one's a lot of fun to make. This one's going to cost you about 25 gold. Handmade, crafted, lacquered, the whole thing. Secondly, gets another one, slams it down. Now, it's not quite a walking stick off anything that's more combative, but it is a very, very nice pen quill made of wood. And you see it's another burly, handsome man smiling, but holding like almost like Atlas wood, but he's holding where the quill goes in. And she goes, and watch this, turns upside down, puts her hand on his tushy and spins his bottom around and pops out his butt and goes, and the ink goes in there. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making that. And she screws the man's ass back in and puts him down. And she goes, that right there, that is about 75 gold. Now, if you want the full package, and I think you want the full package, you're going to want to go for the best one we have. And she brings out this big walking stick. Very, very smooth. Very, very shiny, very, very well lacquered. And it is almost a recreation of a man about 6'2" in height and anatomically correct. And she goes, this took me over a month to make. And I will sell this to you now for the low price of 175 gold.
Sadly, I don't think we have 175 gold. This is out of character. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things.
Yeah. Do we have anything we could sell besides our equipment?
Clothes off our backs.
Oh,
or clothes. Like I want to keep my clothes.
What if? Well, hold on a second. I may have something that can help you. I'm a druid. And you work with wood, and I can make a few of your pieces of lumber into bigger pieces of. Well, I can grow plants, so I'm hoping for a trade for my friend here, Rufa. I may be able to grow you a few plants out back that you can harvest from wood from later. I just need a sample of the lumber you have, so maybe something more exotic.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Can I aid him?
Yes.
Ooh. Let's see. I got an 18.
And I got a
Nice.
22.
All right. Well, that's going to at least give you a 19. So either way, you guys work together on this. And you see the lady who has been making these wooden items go, would save me money in the long term. I hate giving my money away to people that come in and out of the city. I want to keep things local, keep things locally grown and sourced. So, come this way, do your thing. I'll just give you the wood. How about that, mate? We'll give you the wood. Go from there.
So
Locally
I
sourced,
have,
support small business.
just so you know, I looked it up. I have the spell Verdant Sprout,
Ooh.
which is if I take a seed of any piece of lumber, I can actually. It says throw it onto any surface, which is very blasé about it. I will plant it, but it will sprout and immediately grow.
Okay.
It says into a medium plant, so it's not going to be a full-grown tree, but it's going to be half of the way there before they can make it into something.
That's awesome. You're saving them at least like a week to about a month. You're saving them time.
Yeah. Awesome, great.
So she gives you like a handful of seeds. What level spell is it? Is it a cantrip? First level?
It's a first level. I have 2 slots, so I'm going to use both of my first level slots on growing these plants for him.
Okay, awesome. That is a good use of some first level spells. She gives you some seeds that she uses for trees. Things that come off of her own trees. cast your spell. Tell me this. Tell me the tale.
Yeah. So if there's any part behind the shop or anything like that may have some open dirt or something that they can grow in, maybe they have a small nursery to keep some of their trees that they can take branches off. I don't know, but anything like that, Woodward takes these 2 seeds into his hands, and he pulls a little bit of the moss off of his hat, and he wraps the seeds, and he kind of breathes on them and digs a small hole and sets one in one and sets them in the other. And as he's putting the final pushes of dirt over the top of them, he just kind of reverently bows his head and offers his hands up toward the sky. And doing so, as he raises his hands, the plants come up out of the ground.
You can see the plants start to kind of slowly grow and twitch with that kind of beautiful dance, that graceful chaos of nature. You can almost feel this happy, smiling presence upon you as these start to grow. And this voice almost seems to fill your head and your heart, that this woman's voice saying, "Good. You're doing good." And the trees start to kind of sprout a little bit. They get to about maybe like waist high. They're definitely bigger than you. And the woman's just sitting there, hands on her hip, going, "Well, son of a shit."
Woodward gets up and he goes, "Yeah, I don't know how much this is all worth, but my friend here again would like one of the gifts. Whatever you're willing to hand at this point for services will be greatly appreciated."
She thinks about it, and she says, "That was absolutely amazing, but I think the best I could give you is the inkwell. I'll say this, though. If you don't like the inkwell, come back with the difference, and I'll trade you the inkwell and the difference back for the stick. I'm pretty sure the stick was what you wanted, because I don't blame you. It's what we all want."
All right, well,
what's the difference, actually, out of character?
The difference in price? So the inkwell is 75. The stick is 175. So if you bring back the inkwell and 100 gold, you will get the staff, the walking stick.
Well, okay. I'm wondering if I couldn't spend Rufa, we got more things to do in the city, right?
True.
Yeah, and you're going to have to be here tonight, which means we're going to be here tomorrow, right?
True.
Okay, well, say I come back into the city tomorrow and I grow you 2 more trees. That's what I got. But would that get my friend here his staff?
Bring it back. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
We do.
But in the meantime, she gives you the ink and inkwell, and she says, "You more than earned that. That's for sure."
No, shoot, Rufa, that's starting off somewhere. Maybe we can come up with the extra in between, or I can come back tomorrow. Well, maybe I'll run the gift to your friend in the morning to you. I'm not sure how this will work, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it done.
Either way, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, friend Woodward.
All right, so
thank you from the bottom of his heart.
So very quickly, we're going to pause that moment there. Woodward and Rufa go shopping, and we're going to jump really quickly back to Kylie, as I need you, Kylie, to do this job. Keep calling it a quest. I need you to give me a... Let me check my notes here. Right. I need you to give me 1 skill check of your choice as you are guarding this massive mansion.
Any skill?
Any skill that you can argue with me would make sense for guarding a massive mansion.
Oh God, that's so many options, but like not a lot of options at the same time. Let's do. Can I just do perception?
Of course you can. Give me a perception
do
check.
perception.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
18.
Not bad, not bad. So as you're kind of looking around, you realize this place is massive and literally no one is home. There's no work staff. There's no senator. There's no one. You are basically like, you are making sure that when the senator comes back to this house, he has a house to come back to. You do start to see some really weird shadows kind of moving around the backyard. Kind of in that area where the backyard kind of meets the sliding door to get in the house. Give me another check, your choice.
Oh, I'm going to use my hero point.
How bad was it?
It was a natural 2.
Ooh, that's not good.
We're just gonna get rid of that dice, and we're gonna do this purple one.
Nice jail.
Which check are you making, by the way?
Another perception.
Okay.
That's a 22.
22, excellent. As you're looking around this back part of the house and you see this kind of weird shadow moving, you get a better view through the back window and you see that there's a person in the house kind of moving through some items. Like he's moving through the armoire in this gigantic other wooden treasure chest. Trunk chest, and he's moving through it.
She's going to stealthily go in the same way he did and kind of like lean against the wall and be like, "What you doing?"
So give me a stealth check to get in.
15.
As you move in, you can see him go. And he goes back to doing his thing.
She's going to, because he's still like rummaging through, right?
Oh yeah, he's definitely made paranoid that someone's there, but he doesn't see or hear anything else. So he's like, I guess it's my imagination, but I'm paranoid, and he's moving through the stuff.
We're just gonna walk up to him and do like hand on the shoulder, like, "Hey," and like a tight grip on the shoulder.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh no, that's
Yes.
just a straight die face.
You can do it.
You got this.
I believe in you. Look, you're not doing an intimidation.
It's another
check.
hero point.
Oh my god! Thank God I'm giving them to you.
Oh, thank God. You can do it.
But now I'm out of hero points.
You can do it. It's
So
okay.
let's.
You can do it. We
Don't
believe
fail
in
me.
sending you good energy.
That's an 18 on the die face.
Nice.
There we go. So you put your hand on, put the claw on him, and you say, "Hey, what's up?" The guy immediately just goes, "Caw! Ah! Ah!" And he starts to run. Do you let him go?
God, no. I'm going to like skirt around him and do like a elbow to the jaw.
All right, roll the hit, and after that, give me an initiative.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's a 20 to hit. Nat
Okay.
20.
nice. Oh my God.
Is
So
that
you're responsible of three of the 4, right?
three of the 4?
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Rufa got one.
That's a hat trick.
Yeah.
Either you're doing
Right, and then
very
initiative?
well or really, really bad.
Right? I'm either making a horrible mistake or like not that bad.
So yeah, roll
That's
damage on
fine.
that.
Oh, damage?
Yeah, because you crit
Ooh.
him. So yeah. By the way, you're gonna want to do 1d4 for normal unarmed damage, but since you are critting, make that 2d4 plus your strength modifier doubled. If that makes sense.
Wow.
So 2d4 strength doubled.
Yes.
Got it. Well,
I'm
my
sorry,
strength
what-
is 0, so
Makes that easy. So 2d4, just a flat 2d4.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. So you elbow strike him. Is that what you're doing? So you you crack him. You see his head whip back. Blood shoots out of his nose as he kind of goes cross-eyed and falls unconscious. He's laid out, and you can tell by his clothes he was very clearly a burglar. He was breaking and entering. It's about this time you hear this noise, like this knock at the door. Oi! There's supposed to be someone here that we're supposed to meet. Unfortunately, don't see her. Is someone here? Town guard.
She's gonna look out the window. Just peek out the window and make sure it's really them.
You do see 2 fully armed, fully dressed members of the town guard. One is kind of rail thin with long angular features. One's kind of stocky and short with kind of round, softer features. And the other voice goes, "Oi, but if we're going to yell, we should at least, be polite." "I don't see why we have to be polite. We're the town guard. We're supposed to be here. If they're not supposed to be here, then they're breaking the law." "Oh, but he's still at home." "Oh, but a person here isn't here. He's somewhere else." And then meanwhile, they're still just pounding on the door.
Are they Bert Ernie?
I love it so much. With one arm, she's gonna drag the burglar to the door and just unlock and open the door and throw the burglar one-armed out of the home.
Like Miss Piggy with Kermit.
Yeah.
So you grab the body and go, "Hee-yah!" And you throw. So you open the door, you throw it out.
Like Jazz from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
DJ Jazzy Jeff, that's a throwback and a throw out. So you toss the unconscious body. The 2 town guards, with instinctual training, pull out their spears at a long grip, and they're ready to go. Guard Bert is on it. Meanwhile, the other one tries to grab it and pull it out, and he gets about here, and it goes wild on him, and he tries to get it, and it ends up javelin darting into the earth. And then he pulls out his short sword in this panic position as the unconscious man lands next to them. What do you do, Kylie?
1, you people are awful at weaponry. This is an embarrassment, really. And she's gonna pull out her paper and so unfolds. So it's all neatly folded.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking over for the guards earlier.
So Guard Bert kind of grabs the paper and scrutinizes it, looks you up and down, looks at the assailant, looks into the house, gives you a look, slowly hands back the paper, slowly reaches for his hip, and gives you the gold. And he's like,
"Hey,
all right, looks like you did a good job. But in the future, please make sure to stand outside of the house so we know who we're looking for." And the little one with the knight with the sword goes, "Sorry, we's new," and puts the blade away.
Careful, that's sharp.
And he goes,
No.
"Oh, yeah, I cut myself this many times." And on every finger, you see at least one cut on them.
Oh, sweetie.
I will be actually right back. I've had a lot of drinks. But return. Please talk amongst yourselves. This is not a break. I'll be right back.
So Ian, we're beer bros now, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
No, I
Beer
saw
bros,
that in
official beer
chat.
friends. I think at this point with Rufa and Woodward, it is the unlikely duo. One that can get the other through the cities and the other that can get them through woods.
It works.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's the cutest development of a friendship that I've ever seen. It's just so cute. The buns, and then there's you trying to get him the big buff baby stick. It's really sweet and cute and awkward, and I love it.
It was really.
Do you
funny
know
because-
who else is really cute and awkward?
Who else is really cute and awkward?
You know who's cute and awkward.
We're waiting for this this morelmance to happen.
My first thing in notes says Morel and Alona are OTP. So
Oh my god,
so would
first
this-
episode. That's
Will
right.
this ship be Morelna?
Yes.
Morelna?
Yes.
That's
It's the
a
closest
good
we can get.
name.
Yeah.
That's a really nice name.
I like that.
I would,
So
I would
if
name
anybody in
it.
chat wants to write that fan fiction down,
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna show up. I mean, you guys are going to church together drunk. that's not
I'm
the-
drunk.
that's-
He's sober.
you know what? We should do like a
He's
contest.
probably like tipsy.
Yeah.
We should do a contest. Who writes the best Morel and Lona fanfic wins something.
Done.
Oh,
Oh,
sold.
we could also
That's
put
all I
that-
need in my life.
We gotta put some limitations on that. That could go real. That could go.
What'd
You
I
know
miss?
what? You know what? We're having a competition. Who can write the best? You know what? This is it. No. We're gonna have multiple. I have an idea. Okay, so who can write the best Rufa and Woodwort fanfic, and who can write the best Alona and Morel fanfic? And whoever wins, we will read a section of it at the end of one of our games.
I love this. I
That would
approve
be
of this.
I also want to throw a Chonobus and Voss fanfic.
Oh,
Yes.
That's
Ooh.
fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Wait, how
So
many ships are we
we-
doing? How many
I'm
ships
not
are we
entirely
doing?
sure yet.
3 trips.
3.
Okay.
There's 3.
3
We would
ships.
have 4, but Chionobus sunk one.
Oh my god!
If I had the authority to give you a hero point, I would.
That was incredible.
That was pretty
Oh.
good. I wish it was in character. or
No,
else I
it's
would give
totally
you-
fine. I gotta get the zingers out there when I can.
Although I do like giving awards for puns. Okay, so I'll say this. No, I love this idea. Those watching the chat, if you want to try your hand at writing a ship, awkward, steamy, or straight up stupid, you have your 3 ships right now. Wholesome. Also wholesome. Sometimes, a ship can be just 2 good buds. Please either post it to the Nat20 Facebook page. That's Nat20 Productions on Facebook. Come and check us out. Or wait till next game and we'll give you the official email and you can email us officially your thing. So if you don't want to put it on Facebook for whatever reason, wait a game, let us know when it's nice and ready, and we'll give you that.
We've already got challenges accepted.
Yes.
I just saw that.
It's on.
I can put our email up on our Twitter.
Great.
Yes.
And,
Also,
yeah.
yes. So if you are following us on Twitter, look there. Now, before we do the last scene, someone asked again, what are the 3 ships? We have we have Rufa and Woodwort,
The Beer Bros.
the Beard Bros. We
Bros.
have what was the second one? It
Chionobus
was
and Voss.
Shionobus and Voss.
Yes.
And we also have Ilona and Morel.
And Alona and Morel. Okay.
Morelna. Or
Morelna.
Ilonra.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to combine their names.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you guys want to ship these
It's a
2,
workshop.
please come up with a ship name because Lord
Yeah.
knows we're only good at telling stories, not making up names.
Yeah.
Speaking of those 2, as Shionobus gets her 175 gold. I also want to apologize for the unprofessionalism of when you have 2 waters and an adult beverage, you have to go. So I apologize for that unprofessionalism. But
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
very true. So that being said, we now go to the last scene of the game, which will be Morel and Aluna. Aluna?
There we go.
It's been a day.
What was that
Morel.
about names?
Like I said, we're not good at them. Morel and Alona at the church hammered. So Morel and Alona. Alona, you get to the righteous mile, and it is breathtaking. It is no less, maybe a tad more than the actual mile that they discuss, and it's almost in every direction. It almost looks like it's a whole new city. It is an open air church, and everywhere you go, there's a massive statue. There's a massive pulpit. There are priests. There are champions of the faith. There is everything you could possibly imagine out in the elements themselves. And all around each statue to their god is an affectation about them. Where you see nadir, you see this beautiful verdant growth, and you see people giving loving sacrifices of food and vegetation to nature and to animal kind. Whether it be Haf, the god of the sea, you see bowls of water and stones simmering in slightly warmed water. You see this massive statue to Azamat. Now, what's interesting is they just decide to go with Azamat's Azamat Mortalis, or Azamat as a human man. Azamat usually appears in different ways depending on who is worshiping him. Sometimes he appears as a full dragon. Sometimes he appears as a man and a dragon side by side or together. But in this case, he is one of the same. He has Azamat, the man, and the dragon. As his maw opens up, you see the visage of a warrior. And in one hand, you see kind of a tattered rag. And in the other, you see a sword and a book clutched under his arm. And he looks forward in pain, sorrow, sadness. Eventually, you do find, if you were to go search it, a statue of Aphra. You see her standing with a smile, a gentle, warm smile, her hands closed in this kind of devout prayer. But what's interesting is that they decided to depict her as the saint on fire, the saint burning. And even though she's happy and serene and in prayer, you can see fire licking all around her. She is completely unafraid of it. In fact, she almost looks emboldened by it. Is there any other god you wish to go to, start the scene with? Which one?
Is the largest effigy in the area of Azamat?
The largest, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to pay quick respects to Aphra, and then I'd like to make our way to Azamat.
Okay. As you go to Aphra, Morel has a look on his face, one of anxiety and concern, as he tries to bend the knee in prayer, as he does every morning on the sunrise, which is 2 knees to the ground, usually facing the sun. But since he is in front of Aphra, he is revering her as if he reveres the sun in the morning.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
That is a 16.
You can't quite make out the words, but you can hear a really uncomfortable chorus of whispers once you and Morel take to prayer at the foot of Aphra. Gossipy whispers, judging whispers. Can't quite make out the words, though.
Great. Okay. She's still drunk, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'm about to make a performance check.
Uh-oh.
All right. So Alona hears these really uncomfortable whispers, and she thinks she knows what's happening. And so she's going to... All right, describe the area. So Alpha is on fire, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there a sort of area for people to pray? Is there something that you can stand on and not be disrespectful?
Oh, not be disrespectful. Oh, okay.
No.
Because there's this really awesome dais that her statue is on. There's a dais you can also put things for like worship, incense, things to burn to help with the prayer candles. Most of the places to stand are just kind of like, they're basically like the pews that you had back at the temple.
Great. I'm standing on a pew. Pew closest to the statue.
It is. I mean, they're very equal, just like they are in your place, left and right, all the way back. There's usually, sometimes at your temple, there's a small curtain somewhere in respects to the pews and the place of worship. No curtain, because how the hell are you going to put a curtain out here? So right or left, your choice.
Let's go to the right.
All right.
Go to the right.
You go to the right and you stand up. You see a few people who are doing this thing when they're worshiping, and then they're kind of like, and then you stand before them and kind of go, and they look right up at you like, what is this crazy woman doing in a house of the goddess? What is going on?
All right. So Alona is going to stand in front of these people, and she's going to be very brazen, and she is going to straight up be like, so about Aphra, she's great, right? We love her. We think she's incredible. You know what I love the most about Aphra? That she loves everybody. No matter where you are or where you come from, she accepts you into her arms in love and with light. Whether you are from lands far away, whether you are a person of decency, no matter who you are, she loves you and she respects you. The great thing about Afra is you can start over at any time. Even if you've been a piece of shit your whole life, Afra will take you into her arms and she's like, that's okay. You can always be better. And that's the best thing about her.
Hold on.
This is everything I wanted and more.
So where'd I, this, first of all, tremendous hero point, but where'd I go from here? Okay. First things first. The people you're standing above, it's two women of Adelfon. They are wearing their church. When I say church best, I don't mean like giant hat, fan, really nice dress. I don't mean that, but what a look. No, I mean the most humble robes that they have. You go to this church, you pay respect. You don't put on airs. You be honest. You be plain. Give me a diplomacy check really fast.
Oh no.
Because I made one check, which I think you're gonna like, but this requires you to make a check.
Okay.
She's a priestess of the people. They all understand her now.
Well,
She's come to them on common ground.
the people suck.
17.
Okay. Not bad. Let me think about that. Okay. So you get this impassioned speech. And one of the women look up to you, and she looks incredibly embarrassed and mortified, but she weakly, sheepishly stutters. That's good, but he's an Acadian.
I know. I'm very aware. Would you like to know how much I'm aware? I'm from Orr, and I don't give a shit.
So they stand up and they proceed to plead with you like, then you of all people, you should hate this man. Now, if you look at Morel, you can see there's two looks on his face right now. One is kind of a new look for him. One of joy and pride. He looks at you with this kind of warm smile. The golden eyes with the purple flowers, the presence of Afra in his very soul seems to kind of shine in the light. Kind of this glisten of a tear, maybe, as the passion flower grows from that. And then with that comes the sudden crashing reality of his past. But while looking at them, not you. And Morel kind of just hangs his head. I'm sorry. And he just kind of stands there. Just this massive frame of a man, just completely powerless, weak. His feet aren't there. And the women continue like, you
Shut the fuck
know.
up. I don't care. That's our one F-bomb of the episode. I don't care. Literally nothing you say to me will matter. You want to know why? Because we can be born into whatever life that we're given. We can be born into a social status, a wealth class, a place, and we can choose to stay there and work with the cards that we're given and stay in that bad place if it is a bad place. Or we can grow and we can change from that and we can make our own decisions because we're adults and we're trying to be good people.
The women are... Oh, I'm sorry. Continue. Please continue. So sorry.
No, it's fine. Because literally, whatever you say does not matter. Because it depends on who you are now, not who you were then.
So the ladies look to you and they say, "You're right. We've been absolutely rude." And then they kind of have this weird emotional breakdown and they say, "But I can't stay here any longer." They get up, they hike up their dresses to get out of the seat. And as they turn, the older of the two, looking at Morel, spits on the floor in front of her. And she says, "That's for my dead son." And she walks away. Morel, just quietly watching him leave, just says, "I'm so sorry."
You know, there's going to be a point in your life where you have to stop being sorry.
I have to say it every time. Because no one at home will. I gotta be the one that says it because my nation won't say it. I know why they hate me. Our people lied to Adelfon. They tricked them. They put their people into many, many terrible deaths. We tried to destabilize their current city-states with lies, with magic. We forced them into civil wars and slaughtered their children in front of them, with their own blades in their own hands. We did this because we thought that if we could kill their population and weaken the city-states, that when time came for a vote of peace and alliance with Adelfon and Acadia, that they'd be too weak to say no to us. This was 5 years ago. We killed many children, men, women, adults. By their hand, with their faces and in their own names, we killed them. Because we thought we were right, and that this unnecessary thing would lead to a necessary peace, and all it did was kill a bunch of innocent children and people. I'll never step foot in this country, but I can feel the weight of the sin of my home.
But that's not who you are anymore. And those weren't your choices to make.
Yeah. I know. All my sins and choices ended about 8 years ago at Ur. But if I don't say these words, then everyone who wears my face, my beard, my skin, my hair, my home, then they will be hated forever, everywhere. And I cannot make them forgive my home. I cannot make them forgive my kings. I cannot make them forgive my wars. But at least for one moment, I can make them forgive me. And if I am truly blessed by Afra, then that forgiveness will mean something. I'm sorry. We were praying. I should go back to that now.
I was the one who got up and embarrassed the both of us.
No, you did the one thing I haven't done in over a decade. You spoke up for me. So, to that, Madam, Officer Morel Hakisian salutes the superior officer on deck. He kind of chuckles, and then he kind of stops and goes, "You're not even on deck. This is not an official warship. What am I doing? I haven't been in the Acadian Navy in 20 years.
Just stop it. Just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's
Stopping. Would you like to continue praying? Should we go to a new prayer place? I saw there's a lovely statue to a dragon or two. And there's one. How'd you like books? There's a book place. The book god of books. 2 of them.
Let's check out the dragon.
That sounds good. I like the dragon. Let's go look at the dragon. He picks up his shield, puts it over his shoulder, and proceeds to walk with a shaky hand beside you. Eventually, you get to the dragon, which is Azamat. And you see there is another form clad in armor, sword and shield at the ground in prayer. And once you arrive, he kind of turns his head. Oh, lovely. Oh, come join us. Come join. Azamat takes all kinds, I guess. I don't know. Please join us. I'm praying to the big platinum dragon in the sky. Isn't that right, you bloated bastard? How's it going, you?
And what's your name?
Sorry. My name is Just Leaving. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. By the way, love the outfit. And he picks up his sword and shield. And as he leaves the wink in an eye, you see his eyes are completely steeled over. This kind of interesting, like metal, but cobalt blue. And you can almost see extending from his eyes over his eyelids and his skin, this kind of reinforced metallic look, kind of bleeding out from his eyeballs. Give me a religion check.
I was just about to ask that. That is a 26.
Champions, like some clerics, have what they call their eyes. As their bond to their deity grows and their presence fills their soul, and eyes are the passageway to the soul, their eyes reflect the presence of their god. As you look into this champion's eyes, you can see a strong presence, something holy, mayhaps Azamat. But the holy symbol makes you think Minerva? The goddess of duty, protection, paladins? This extremely handsome blonde man takes his shield, kind of does this really nice hair move, like I'm talking sexy hair for days, and goes, I'll be seeing you around. Hey, and big man, if you could be so nice with this little one, don't shade her from the sun, please. She likes Afra. That's kind of the bag. Bye. And he just walks away with kind of like this look, and he vanishes.
Amazing. Glad to know that's in the city. Great. So Alona's a little weirded out, but they are going to take a closer look at Azamat while she quickly does whatever Rufa does in his mind palace and take like a mental picture of like, that guy was weird and important.
You hear like very quickly Morel goes, I don't think I like that guy. So you take this mind palace, you're like, eyeballs, holy power, this, possibly this religion. I can tell by his body and his posture with his sword that he's a well-trained man. His hands are a little too light, though. They're not well scabbed like most people would. They're very soft hands, used for touching, used for healing. Why would this be the case? Why would healing in Minerva, goddess of protection and devout military strength, be in, You're having all these ideas and epiphanies about this individual who has not given you their name, other than his very kind of sexy, sly wink and flirtatious air, and he leaves. So that's your mind palace of this guy.
Thank you. Oh, such a good job.
Alona's gonna get like a harem. Seriously.
No.
Yeah.
So they are going to sort of scan Alona's going to scan the area and see if there's anyone that looks vaguely important, since, the whole point of us coming out here was to scan for information. So basically she's going to scan and see if there's anyone kneeling nearby that looks of any importance.
Give me a perception check.
Sure will do that. That is a math. Darn it. That's 21.
You see directly across, ironically, because they're never this close together, you see directly across from Azamat a statue to Koga. You see what looks like a towering man of muscle. He is gripping a sword by the blade, holding high above his head. And he's clad in layers of armor, like it almost looks like he has no skin. He is just metal. And he's holding the sword high by the blade. And if he was to be a mortal person, there'd be blood trickling down his arm. And standing in front of this statue at attention is a woman wearing full plate mail. And she is kind of talking to herself, but loud enough that you can kind of hear every other word as she's talking about peace talks, a holiday, and some horrible premonition.
Ruh-roh. All right. So Alona's just going to sidle up awkwardly near this woman, and she's going to try and eavesdrop on her prayers. Oh, it's so disrespectful. Oh!
Rufa somewhere going, do it.
Somewhere there's an emperor going, do it. So what I want from you is the perception check to drop on her whispers.
I got a hero point. That's way better. Oh my gosh, that's like a 28.
All right. So you can hear her say, basically, she's calling him by his full name. She's like, Koga, god of struggle, strife, war, conflict, Lord of steel, blesser of iron. Through you, our shields are strong, our swords are sharp, our armor never breaking. I come to you in fear and trepidation. Though I shall know no fear in the face of my enemies, I only know fear in the face of my brothers and sisters' shortcomings. I see shadows on the horizon, dear Koga. I see a threat that befalls us on all sides, and I know that you have gifted me this vision. I have trained my Belinarii, I have trained my warriors and my soldiers, I have trained them for war, as you have instructed. I have trained the priests for peace talks, spears to be thrown in competition, but no senator listens to me when I take my seat in the Senate. I pray, Koga, if we are to be slaughterers of fools, give me the strength. If we are to be wise enough to speak against war, give me the wisdom, Koga. How do I reach these morons that know not the strength of your steel and the severity of your rage?
So, Alona is going to Alona's never prayed to any other god in her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So she's gonna go from her normal prayer pose to like a this, and she's going to start praying very loudly. Dear Koga, I'm really worried about the really big green armies that we've had to face recently. It's been really scary. I'm worried about Adelfon and the capital. I really wish there was someone that I could talk to about this that could possibly need this very valuable information about these huge armies that are going to attack the world.
Should I ask for a roll? Or is that very clearly like 0 F's given? Like you want this to be heard?
Yeah, no, it's so chicken.
About this time, this woman, this warrior of Koga, who you notice is praying while at attention, she does this really sharp about face, and she kind of grabs you very strongly by the shoulders, takes you very strongly, and she says, "You've seen them too? This army on all sides, the darkness encroaching Adelfon?"
Yeah, but like in real life, though.
And then she looks you deep in your eyes with this like very stern laser focus, and she says, "I will always take intelligence over feelings. Quick, we have to go to the Cultist Bellum. We have to be prepared for war."
Yeah, okay.
She stops, she sees Morel, and she's like, "Is the Acadian with you?"
Yeah, he's my friend.
And he's just gonna like, "Hello, Koga." And she looks up and down. Afra. Let's go. And she takes you by the arm. She puts Morel into a headlock. And she's like, we've no time. We must make ready for war or suffer the consequences of idle peace. And she rushes you to the cult of war, the Cultist Bellum. And on that note, that is where we're going to end episode 9 of Edge of Legend.
Woo!
There is ships a brewing, there is war a talking, and somewhere is an elf making that money and stacking it to the ceiling, boo-boo. So, thank you so much for being along this crazy ride. And next week when we see you, same bat time, same Edge of Legend time, channel, it'll be episode 10. And I can't believe we even made it this far. This has been
double digits, baby.
Yeah, double
My
digits.
God.
All right, so without further ado, let's do one more exit introduction, and everyone let them know where you can find them. Mr. Powell, give us your name and where we can find you on the internet.
I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the interwebs, such as my Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch channel, which are all at Mr. Kapow. That's MrKapao. And also tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the Toyzilla Network channel, I will be co-hosting Toyzilla Live, a toy show and nostalgia show. And yeah.
All right. Mr. Ian, please tell us where we can find you online and who you are.
Hey, my name is Ian. You can find me at Scoutmaster of the Troop on Instagram and nope, don't have a Twitter for that one. But I also run a blog called Black Coffee Philosophy. You can check me out, and you can tweet on Black Coffee Philosophy and also blackcoffeephilosophy.com if you want to check anything out.
Very, very nice. Sidney, tell them where we can find you and who you are.
Hi, Sidney Rubino. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Sidney Rubino, literally just my name. Every Tuesday I read fairy tales on my YouTube channel, which is again just Sidney Rubino. So I read fairy tales. I'm going to be moving into American folklore soon. And once again, I will post our email to our Twitter. So if you're not following our Twitter, please go there so you can get the email for our fan fiction, which I'm so excited for.
The ship of ships.
So many ships.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, that's me.
Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on the internet.
Hi, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life. I believe it's here, maybe?
Yes.
I don't really know anymore.
Yes.
I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm not on Twitter. I think that's it. But like Twitter is so complicated. I had one when I was like 15. I feel like I've passed the age of having a Twitter. Anyway, I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff coming up around like the end of August, so kind of keep an eye out for that. And yeah.
Very nice. And hey, everyone, thank you for sitting in on this. This entire episode was a lot of fun and totally crazy. And thank you to all my players for yes-anding this monstrosity. And thank you in the chat for being awesome and being right there with us. My name is PJ. I'm the GM. I'm right there as pj.megaw, everywhere on the internet as pj.megaw. And when I'm not here, I'm in quarantine. So hopefully you're right there with me. So we super look forward to your fan fictions. We can't wait to read them on the Facebook page. We can't wait to see the Twitter and everything else. And hopefully next time we see you for episode 10, we have a big fat juicy poll because we have some questions we want to ask you and see how you feel about some of the silliness going on. And without further ado, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard. Everywhere else.
Yes.
Love you.
Also, Pengu-chan demands a happy ever after for Morel.
I saw that. Pengu-chan. We'll have to see what happens. Remember, a story is never done until it's over. So we have this entire time to figure it out.
It's part of Lona's growing harem.
Reef does say it is the will of the people.
Yeah, I do love the bones. Was it buns for the buns god and glaze for the glaze throne? That was beautiful, Reeps. I love that.
Incredible.
Oh, man.
Hopefully more ships to come.
Hey, well,
Did
we
you
have
see-
tons of characters to introduce.
Did we see all the ship names that someone came up with?
I
Someone
did
came
see.
up with those ship names?
Yeah, I saw one for
Yeah,
Woodward
like
and
all of
Rufa.
them.
Like Wood Rufa. I liked Wood Rufa.
Rufa.
Ooh,
can't
Wood
find it
Roof.
now.
Let's just call you guys
Wood
Wood
Roof.
Roof.
What
Yeah.
Oh my
Rufa.
God.
Rufa. Woodfa. Woodfa.
Woodfra.
Yeah, there was
It's-
Elodorel and Chionavas.
Shionavas.
Shionavas!
Oh, that's so
Yeah, there it was.
good.
That
That's
is
so
so
Uh,
good.
So good, though. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next week, 8 p.m. for episode 10. Love you so much. Good night.
have a good one, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.